You are able to see us, Prabhuji?
Yes, I can see all of you. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, we'll start. All devotees are there?
Yes, please. Yes.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadameyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sahagana Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Itinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Namo Mahadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubheva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome back to all the devotees. I am extremely sorry. I am not there in GV in person. You are in that side of country and this side of the country. We are very far. So whatever pending, we'll try to complete today. So anyone remembers till what we discussed? Hare Krishna. भूल गए क्या? बहुत दिन हो गया. No one remembers what all we discussed.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, sir.
I am not hearing.
Exactly, bro. I don't remember what point we discussed.
You are hearing now?
Now I'm hearing you.
Now you are hearing, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. I can hear you very clearly. So we discussed about how Brahma divided that lotus into 14 divisions, the 14 lokas with many subdivisions inside that. So among the 14 lokas, In the middle, we have the lotus leaf. The upper surface of the lotus leaf was considered as the Bhumandala. And in that Bhumandala, there were three principal regions: Loka Varsha, Loka mountain, Aloka Varsha. So in Loka Varsha, again there are 7 dvipas, 7 oceans, surrounded by golden land and also diamond land. And within the 7 dvipas, the 7th dvipa, there is a mountain known as Manasuttara mountain, which divides that island into 2 varshas. And in between 5 dvipas have 7 mountains, which divide those particular dvipas into 7 varshas. And the first dvipa, that was Jambu Dvipa, which has 9 mountains along with Mount Meru. So which divided the Jambu Dvipa into 9 varshas. Ilavruta, in the middle Ilavruta, right hand side Bhadrashva, left hand side Ketumala, south side, downside Harivarsha, Kimpurusha Varsha, Bharata Varsha. On the north side, Hiranmaya Varsha, Ramyaka Varsha, and Uttarakuru Varsha, like that 9 varshas. And we also discussed about Ilavruta Varsha. What are the other mountains and rivers, trees, and all the variety of opulences, gold, diamond, gold, silver, etc. All those things we have discussed within Ilavruta Varsha. And then we also discussed about Bharata Varsha. So after discussing Ilavruta Varsha, it was stated that whatever facilities that are there in Ilavruta Varsha will also be there in 7 other Varshas. So the reason the 8 Varshas are called as Bhaumasvarga, the 9th Varsha, Bharata Varsha, is called as Karma Bhumi. The same kind of facilities will also be there in the other 6 dvipas, since they are also known as Bhaumasvarga. Only Bharata Varsha is Karma Bhumi. So within that Bharata Varsha, again there are 9 divisions: Indra Dvipa, Kaseru, Tamravarna, Babastiman, Naga, etc. etc. The last one is Bharatakanda. The 9th division, the last one within Bharata Varsha, is Bharatakanda, and that Bharatakanda is our Earth globe. So these things we discussed, and then this is all about the Bhumandala and the Loka mountain. In height, it is starting with Bhumandala, but it goes all the way up to the topmost portion of Sargaloka, that is Dhruvaloka, up to Dhruvaloka. So this is what we understand from Bhagavatam. But from Bhugola Varnanam, we understand that Loka mountain is actually stemming from Garbhodaka ocean. It is the ice mountain. The Bhumandala ends with Swarna Bhumi and Vajralepa, golden land, diamond land. That's where the Bhumandala ends. Its height, the Loka mountain height, is all the way up to the topmost portion of Sargaloka. That means within this Loka mountain only we have Bhuloka, Bhurloka, and Swargaloka. Aloka Varsha is basically Garbhodaka ocean, which has been solidified by low temperature, whatever reason. It is basically a surface looks like land, but it's actually water surface, solidified water surface. So that we discussed. And then in relation to the vertical structure of the universe, the 14 planetary systems, we discussed about sun, then we discussed about moon, then we discussed about 27 constellations, then Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Saptarushi Mandal, Dhruvaloka. Then as you go upward, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. So in this way, all the 14 lokas, one above the other, they are situated in the upper part of the universe, just above the Bhumandala. I don't know, I vaguely remember that we discussed all the way up to this point, this Vaikunta. Anyone remember that we discussed all the way up to this Vaikunta? With this Vaikunta discussion, we stopped the day, our discussion. Yes?
Yes.
Thank you. So in that discussion, we discussed about sun, we discussed about moon. Sun is a planet made up of fire element. Moon is a planet made up of water element. Just like Earth is a planet made up of earth, an abode made up of earth element. This is an abode made up of fire element. This is an abode made up of water element. And the 27 constellations are the 27 residential quarters of 27 daughters of Daksha, who were given in marriage to moon god. And then Venus is the abode of Shukracharya and other descendants of Bhrigu Muni. Mercury is the abode of the son of moon god. His name is Buddha. He stays along with his family members and some kind of devatas. Mars is the abode of Kartikeya. Jupiter is the abode of Brahaspati. Saturn is the abode of Shani, the son of sun god. And Saptarshi Mandal, there are 7 stars, which are the abodes of the 7 Saptarshis, who are responsible for spreading Nishkama Karma Yoga during that Manvantara period. So for every Manvantara, a different sages will be selected to be Saptarshis. So in the current Manvantara, we have some 7 people who are doing this duty. In the next Manvantara, 7 other people will come and do this duty. And in the past Manvantara, somebody else was there doing that duty. So they live in the Saptarishi Mandal. And then we have Pole Star. Pole Star is the abode of Dhruva Maharaj. But actually it was belonging to Shirodakshaya Vishnu. When Dhruva Maharaj performed very severe austerities, severe tapasya, looking for a place, for an abode which is superior to that of Brahmaji, so Lord Vishnu gave his own abode to Dhruva. Afterwards, it became known as Dhruva Loka. That is here. As you go upward, you come to Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, which are the residential quarters of the great sages, the great Prajapatis, the great Rishis, who are all the direct descendants of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma's sons and their sons and their sons, all these great Rishis and Munis, they all reside in these upper 4 planetary systems. Even those who practice Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, following the path of light, who are aspiring to attain Brahman, Sahyajya Mukti, they also kind of spend some time, good amount of time in these 4 lokas, as long as they want, because these are peaceful lokas which are very favorable for performing meditation, etc. And even if somebody who practices Vanaprastha duties very sincerely, they will attain Maharloka. Some people who practice Naistika Brahmacharya throughout one's life, they attain Satyaloka. And some people who practice Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, they attain Jnanaloka, Tapaloka. So in this way, you are not able to hear me? Is my voice
I
clear?
can
Sound is not coming.
Haribo seems issues that side. I am clearly able to hear.
Speaker. Next second. Roji, can you say again?
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji?
Not able to hear.
He headphone problem.
Hare Krishna.
Not able, not.
Hare Krishna.
No, Prabhuji.
I am able to hear all of you.
Now?
No.
You can tell now.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, still not.
I can hear you.
जरा अभी चला है देखिए तो एखाने साउंड जाएगी ना स्पीकर है
हरे कृष्णा हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा
यस आया अभी आया
हरे कृष्णा
बोलिए प्रभु जी
हाँ हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
हाँ यस प्रभु
वो बटन ये हो गया वापस ये हुआ
हरे कृष्णा
वापस बटन हो गया वो बटन वापस से ये हो गया प्ले किया था
ना ये तो
नहीं ना वो दिखा बटन जब प्ले किया था ना वो वापस ये हो गया तीसरा वो वाला फाइल
हरे कृष्णा
ओके
हरे कृष्णा
yes can you tell again
हरे कृष्णा
Yeah.
Hare
Again?
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
No,
ये
Hare
क्या होगा
Krishna.
वो मुझसे वो चल रहा है, दूसरा वो चल रहा है। इसको ऑफ करो ना, इंटरफेरेंस।
प्रभु जी अभी बोलो.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, fine, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, it's
Krishna
fine.
Krishna. Hare Hare.
Now is okay.
Yeah.
Ram Hare Hare. Okay. So fine. So this is how in these upper 4 planetary systems, different great sages, different rishis, and different munis reside. And this was Satyaloka, and this is universal covering. Between this universal covering and Satyaloka, there is a Vaikuntha abode, which is the abode of the Manvantara Avatara. Whoever is the Manvantara Avatara during that Manvantara period, they will reside in this Vaikuntha abode. The Gunavatara and Purushavatara, that was Kshirodaksha Vishnu staying here. Manvantara Avatara stays here, who himself expands and comes into our place during every yuga. The 4 yugas are only there in Bharatavarsha. So in Bharatavarsha, to re-establish the principles of Varnashrama Dharma and Bhakti, etc., everything, the Manvantara Avatara himself expands and appears as Gunavatara and not Yugavatara, and then preaches Yuga Dharma time and again. So like that. So all these different things we kind of discussed in the past. I just briefly gave a quick summary. So we have few more things left to discuss, so we will discuss them today. So these are all different pictures of the same Vaikuntha. This was darshan given to Brahmaji. This was Vaikuntha darshan shown to Brahmaji, which as you study in the second canto, 9th chapter, Shloki Bhagavatam thing. And the same Vaikuntha is also connected to.
एक सेकंड प्रभु जी. Mic. No, I don't know why it's happened. It's mine. एक सेकंड speaker problem, something like that. एक सेकंड I am doing something. Yes.
One option I can just get ready.
I'm doing something, deleting something.
Big wire or something.
Yeah, that's all words.
So what is
না এটা কত সুন্দর হচ্ছে না, এখানে তো কোনো অসুবিধাই হচ্ছে না। যেটা হচ্ছে এটা কেন হচ্ছে আমি বুঝতে পারছি না। সাউন্ড ঢুকে যাচ্ছে কোথা থেকে?
Vibration of metal. Disturbance.
Prabhuji, can you speak now?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Now?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji, please continue, Prabhuji.
तो प्रभु वो किया अभी ऑडियो बंद, जैसे ऑडियो बंद किया.
A sound. Prabhuji, can you speak again?
Hare Krishna.
Wire लगा दिया.
लगा दो ना प्रभु.
A external
Hare Krishna.
change हो जाता है क्यों?
प्रभु वो एक ऑडियो चल रहा है, वो बंद करो.
कोई ऑडियो कुछ चलता है?
वो जो दूसरा अपन देखा ना उधर.
नहीं ऑडियो नहीं चल रहा है. Prabhuji, now can you speak?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
এটা স্পিকারটা, হ্যাঁ প্রভুজি, ক্যান ইউ স্পিক নাও?
Hare Krishna.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, শুড ইউ গিভ মাইক্রোফোন হিয়ার?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, we are hearing, Prabhuji.
Mm.
Just give. Yeah, any. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. We are hearing, Prabhuji, now.
Okay. Thank you. So these are all different pastimes that happened in that Vaikunta. The four Kumaras went there for having darshan of Lord Vishnu. Jaya Vijaya stopped them. They cursed Jaya Vijaya, who were born as 3 times 3 months. Durvasa Muni went there for protection. Bhrigu Muni went there to test Lord Vishnu. And the darshan was given to Brahma. So such kind of things. So we stopped there. And that was followed by the 7 universal layers made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether, Ahankara and Mahatattva. So these are the layers. First layer is earth, then water, then Mahatattva. These are the 10 layers. One after the other, all those layers were there. So before going further anymore, I would like to see if some of you have any questions. We'll take some questions so that through the questions also we kind of refresh our previous discussions, and then we'll move on. Any questions from anybody? Come close to the computer and speak.
Yes,
Come sit in front of the laptop and speak.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, you mentioned the Karmabhumi. So before question means clarification, I want like Prabhuji, you told that Bharatvarsha is Karmabhumi, not Bharatkanda.
See, Bharatakanda is one of the small portion of Bharatavarsha. So if Bharatavarsha whole is Karmabhumi, then Bharatakanda is obviously Karmabhumi.
Yes, Prabhu. Then when you mentioned that Manvantara Avatar, he incarnates in Bharatvarsha. So like when Brahmaji goes, he goes to Kridokshay Vishnu, but Manvantara Avatar, he incarnated in Bharatvarsha.
No. Manvantara Avatara comes as Yuga Avatara. Yuga Dharma Prachar Hetu. Because Yuga Dharma comes regularly. Yuga Dharma need to be preached regularly. For that, Brahma does not go. Brahma goes to Kridokshay Vishnu to request for a Leela Avatara to come. Like for Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, Lord Vamana, Lord Narasimha, that time they go.
Okay.
Not for Yuga Avatar. Yuga Avatar comes on its own. Yuga Avatar is like the scheduled time. So
then
उनको आना ही पड़ेगा.
To go to Manvantara Avatar, it is not necessary.
Not necessary.
Okay. Then Prabhu, when Manvantara Avatar incarnate in Bharatvarsha, but especially in only Bharatkanda. Bharatvarsha, but even in Bharatkanda.
See, we discussed this topic previously also. Even though he may appear in other places, but we don't know. It is not required. What happened in our vicinity is what is interest to us. Okay?
Yes, bro. Thank you, bro. Hare Krishna.
He might appear other places also, but since we are living here, for us, this place is important. What is happening in this place is very important. So we get to know more about this place.
Yes, bro. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Other devotees?
Any question? No, we don't have to come in front. No more questions.
Okay, fine. So this concept is clear. This is our universe consisting of Garbhodaka ocean, which is filling the lower half, and upper half is containing the 14 lokas, 14 planetary systems: Bhumandala, Bhuvarloka, Svargaloka, Maharloka, Janloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, etc. etc. So this entire universe is covered by 7 universal layers. This is the first layer. First layer has a thickness of 500 million yojanas, whichever is the diameter of the universe. Whatever is the diameter of the universe, that much is the thickness of the first layer. Second layer is 10 times to that. Third layer is 10 times to second one. So like that. So this is Brahmanda's inner diameter, earth layer on both the sides. This is 500, this side also 500, this side also 500. This side 5000, this side 5000. So like that in the previous picture, if you see, here 500, here 500, here 5000, here 5000. If you want to know overall diameter, how do you do? You add 500 to 500 plus 500, 5000 plus 5000. Like that, you get the overall diameter of the entire universe. So like that, we have put the numbers here. Okay. So normally we say 7 layers. So every universe individually will have 7 layers. But all the universes put together are situated within huge Pradhana. Pradhana is a big thing. In that big thing, there are so many universes, and Pradhana itself is considered the 8th layer. And sometimes they say that within Pradhana there are 3 modes, and 3 modes individually act like 3 different layers. Tamo guna layer, Rajo guna layer, and Sattva guna layer. So in that way, there are total either 7 or 8 or 10 layers. So with all the 10 layers, this is the overall diameter of the universe. This much. 1.111 into 10 to the power of 12 million yojanas, which is like 10 to the power of 18 yojanas. This is the overall diameter of the entire universe. So after going beyond 7 layers, this is 7 layers, and this Pradhana, we may take the blue one, this is like Pradhana. Pradhana is the 8th layer. If you go beyond Pradhana layer, you enter into Brahman. This is all Brahman area. So in that Brahman, we have Sadashiva. Sadashiva resides inside Brahman. He is the Dwarapal for Vaikuntha. Just like in Jagannath Puri, when we go, before entering into Jagannath Puri, we come to Bhuvaneshwar. In Bhuvaneshwar, we have Lingaraja Swami. He is like the Dwarapal for entire Jagannath Puri. Before we enter into Vrindavan, we have Dwarapal, Gopeshwar Mahadev. So like that. Sadashiva is acting as a Dwarapal for Vaikuntha. And after crossing this Brahman, you enter into Vaikuntha Lokas. Here we have unlimited Vaikuntha Lokas. After crossing that, you come to Ayodhya, Dwaraka, Mathura, Vrindavan, as you go upward towards north. So like that, all these lokas are situated one above the other in a systematic way. So in a way, we have been discussing all these things: sun, moon, 27 constellations, Shukra Graha, Buddha Graha, Angaraka Graha, Brihaspati Graha, Shaneshwara, Saptarishi Mandal, Dhruvaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Vaikunta, universal layers, Brahman, and spiritual Vaikuntas. These are all different things which are located one above the other as you go upward. This is the picture of our universe. These are different lokas along with Satyaloka. This is our picture of the universe. The lower part is filled with Garbhodaka ocean. Here we have Lokaloka mountain. This is the first ring is Dhruvaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. This picture is made as per the dimensions given in Vishnu Purana, which are quoted by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur to the last verse of 23rd chapter. 23rd chapter, last verse. We have the details. Last verse is per part. We have the details of Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, at what height they are located, etc., are mentioned in that verse. And now, if we magnify this area, the area between Lokaloka mountain and Dhruvaloka, in the small portion, it appears to be like this. This is Lokaloka mountain, and here we have, this is the Bhumandala, Rahu, Ketu, Sun, Moon, Saptarishi, not Saptarishi, constellations, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Saptarishi Mandal, and then finally Dhruvaloka. So this is the area in which we call it as, this is Bhuloka, this upper surface of the Bhumandala is Bhuloka, from here to the moon. This intermediate space is called Bhurloka. This space is called Bhurloka. From moon to Dhruvaloka, this entire thing is called Sargaloka. Sargaloka is actually much bigger in comparison to Bhurloka and also comparison to Bhuloka. Sargaloka is very big. So in order to maintain the Sargaloka, Bhurloka and Bhuloka, we have 3.3 crore devatas who are the administrators. In order to manage India, we have 500 plus parliament members. So like that, in order to maintain the entire universe, we have 3.3 crore devatas. But these are only leaders. Then kindly imagine how many subjects can be there. So in order to manage 100 plus crore population, we need 500 plus. Of course, not only that, we have many more, but at least some rough figure. Okay, we can take 1,000 people are there. So in order to maintain the Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Sargaloka, so how much population might be there in all these lokas? Kindly imagine. So like that.
So what Prabhu is saying, 33 crore.
So
You are telling
just clarify.
2.3 crore.
Yeah, that's what we have learned from childhood. 3.3 crore administrative devatas are there.
I just asking for clarification. We heard 33 crore, no?
Yeah, some say 33 crore, some say 33 koti. And we heard, because in Telugu language we call it as Mukkoti.
Okay.
Mu matlab 3. In Telugu we call 3 as Mood.
Okay.
See, it does not matter now. When the number is very big, whether it is 1 crore or 10 crore, 1 crore itself is very big beyond our imagination. No, 10 crore and it's a big क्या फर्क पड़ता है हमको.
Yes, sir. Understood. Thank you.
But sometimes some people say that it is only 33 devatas, 33 principal devatas are there like that. Not like that. They say 33 also they number 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus and 2 Ashwini Kumaras. So some say like that, but not exactly like that. If somebody says that 33 koti matlab 33 special type of devatas. So we have Adityas are one category, Rudras are one category, Vasus are one category, Agni Devatas, Vayu Devatas, and Rubus and Vishwa Devatas. So like this, there could be among all the Devatas, there are 33 divisions, like that we can say. In Bharatavarsha, we have 4 divisions: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So among the Devatas, there could be 33 divisions. So in that way also we can see. Recently, for our Bhakti Yoga class, I was try to make this list. Total how many varieties are there? I got some 23, 24 varieties. At least as for my little knowledge, I just recollected. Gandharvas are one category, Yakshas one category, and Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, and Vidyadharas are one category. Like that, by putting each one of the people about whose names we generally hear in Bhagavatam different places, by putting all of them in order, I got in total about 23, 24 types. There could be 10 more, so that we get 33 types of devatas. So that way we can understand.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So then this is all about that 23rd chapter. Then in 24th chapter, there is a discussion about Bhuvarloka and Bilaswaragas. Okay. So just give me 1 minute. I'll just come back. Somebody coming in our room. I'll just join in 1 minute.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Okay. Then we'll start with the 24th chapter. In the first 6 verses, there is a discussion about Bhuvarloka. What are the different kinds of people are residing in Bhuvarloka? It's what kind of facilities they have, etc. Bhuvarloka is also called Antariksha, outer space. It is the sky between the heaven and earth. Just like I showed you in the previous picture. The Bhumandala is Bhuloka. From the moon to Dhruvaloka, this is called Svargaloka. The intermediate space between the Bhuloka and Svargaloka is called Bhuvarloka. This area, small area, that is only Bhuvarloka. Dyav aprithivyor antarena nabo valayasya. It is situated in the ether, but between Svargaloka and Bhuloka. Te antarena antariksham. It is situated in between, it is called Antariksha. Tad ubaya sannidau. It actually joins Svargaloka and Bhuloka. Antariksha measuring 0.2 million yojanas or 2 lakh yojanas joins them. It is a place of enjoyment for Yakshas and Rakshasas and also many other Upadevatas. Antariksha extends downward as far as the wind blows and the clouds float in the sky. So this point we will discuss a little later, end of this section. That time we will get proper understanding. So Rahu. So previously, with respect to sun, we were going upward. As you go upward with respect to sun at a height of 1 lakh yojanas, we have moon, then the 4 lakh yojanas, we have Saptarishi Mandal, constellations like that, we are going upward. Now with respect to sun, we are coming downward. So below sun, by a distance of 10,000 yojanas, we have Rahu. One side Rahu is there, other side Ketu will be here. Rahu and Ketu will be in the same orbit, fixed at 100 degrees apart, and both of them will move the same way, so like this, with the same speed. So 10,000 yojanas below the orbit of sun, they move like one of the stars. Moves like stars means they move with faster velocity. The sun and moon and all, they move little slower than the speed of the stars. But this particular Rahu Ketu, they move even faster than the constellations. So like that. And who are these personalities? Rahu is the son of Simika, is the most abominable Asura, the strongest and more Bhayankar Asura. Simika married Viprachitti, one of the Asura, and they gave birth to Rahu and another Ketus. Brahma made Rahu and another Ketus as two rulers of the two planets. So if you all remember Samudra Manthan episode, many times must have heard in the Bhagavatam classes. So when the Devatar and Asuras agreed to churn the milk ocean, as they were churning, many things appeared. Finally, Dhanvantari appeared from the milk ocean, taking a nectar pot. And as soon as he came out of with nectar pot, the Devatas were so much mesmerized by looking at the transcendental beauty of Lord Dhanvantari. They were simply looking at Lord Dhanvantari because they were so much attracted by Lord's beauty. In the meantime, the Asuras came and stole the nectar pot and gone away. And they were saying, I want to drink first, I want to drink first. There is a huge competition. Then the Devatas realized, no, what happened? Asuras took away. They prayed to Lord Ajita. Then Ajita appeared as Mohini Murti. Previously, when the same Lord appeared as Dhanvantari, Asuras were not attracted to Lord Dhanvantari. But Devatas were attracted to him. When the same Lord appeared as Mohini Murti, Asuras became attracted to Mohini Murti. They began to inquire from her, who are you? Whose child are you? Are you married? If you are not married, will you marry me? Something like that. So they said, whatever it is, if we are all have confusion, who will drink first? We trust you. You please distribute it among us, not to the Devatas. So Mohini Murti told that, no, first of all of you go and take bath, wear fresh clothes and fresh garments, fresh garlands, everything. Because all of you worked very hard, your bodies are filled with sweat. Go and get ready. So everyone went and got ready. And she requested, okay, Devatas, you sit in one line. Asuras, you sit in one line. Then she said, so my dear Asuras, I will give you more nectar. But before that, I will give little bit, one drop to the Devatas. Then I'll come to you. The Asuras said, okay, because they were mesmerized by the words spoken by this Mohini Murti. So Mohini Murti was serving to the Devatas. As she was serving the nectar, so Rahu and Ketu, among the 100 Ketu, the eldest one, the big Ketu, and his elder brother Rahu. Both of them understood that no, looks like she is cheating us. The Devatas only get all the nectar, will not get. So we'll do something. So both Rahu and Ketu assumed the forms of the Devatas and they came and sat in between sun and moon. So sun was given nectar, he drank. Then Ketu was given nectar, Ketu also drank. Rahu was given nectar, the nectar was still in the mouth. In the meantime, sun and moon, who were sitting on the other side, they realized these two people are not the Devatas but Asuras. So they informed Mohini Murthy, and immediately Mohini Murthy invoked Sudarshan Chakra and cut off their neck. Since Ketu already swallowed the nectar went into his body. So body remained intact. The head of Ketu burned to ashes. And Rahu still drinking the nectar. Nectar is still in the mouth. And the neck was cut. The whole body was burnt to ashes. The head was intact. So then what can be done? Lord Brahma requested the sages, please tell what to do. Because these two are two separate people. We have to keep them alive. Because they drank nectar, they will be alive for 1 manvantara period. Those who drink amrita, they are called amara. That means they don't die for 1 manvantara period. Their lifespan will remain intact for 1 manvantara. So the sages said, so there is a snake cut into 2 pieces. Join the snake head to the Ketu's body. Join the snake's body to Rahu's head. They did the same thing. So they were revived. Now Rahu is with a human head and snake body. Ketu is with snake head and human body. Both of them got revived. So then our Brahma, since both of you drank nectar, now both of you are as good as Devatas. Just like Devatas have so many universal managerial services, so both of you also do some service. There are 2 planets. So one planet you take, one planet you take. May you both become the rulers of those 2 planets and just live there. So the planet where Rahu is living now is called Rahu planet. The planet where Ketu and his younger brothers are living now is called Ketu. So but since sun and moon identified that they are Asuras, their body has been deformed into snake human combination. They were very angry with sun and moon. So once in a while, whenever they come close to sun or moon, they exhibit their anger upon sun and moon. So how they exhibit their anger? Both the sunshine and moonshine that are coming to us are very auspicious. They are very much required for us. They are very much good for us. So on those days, one of these two come close to them. So as Rahu is moving and sun and moon are moving, when Rahu and sun comes close, what the Rahu does? Rahu will swallow all the sun rays that are coming to Bharatavarsha and he will send forth his bad influence, bad rays to Bharatavarsha, so that the residents in Bharatavarsha will become paralyzed in one sense. The reason is, culturally we all know, during the time of eclipse, we are not supposed to do any ritualistic activities. So only when the ritualistic activities are getting performed here on the Bharatavarsha, the Devatas remain powerful, the Devatas remain energetic, they will be doing their services. So during the Grahan, we were suggested not to do anything. If we don't do anything, the Devatas immediately become weak. So Asuras will have upper hand, they can come and defeat the Devatas. So whenever Rahu and Ketu, when they come close to sun or moon, they block their rays, sun rays and moon rays. They block sun rays on Amavasya day, they block moon rays on the Paurnami night. So as soon as the eclipse happens, from Bhuloka people, from Sargaloka Devata, they all pray to Lord Vishnu. When they all pray to Lord Vishnu will send a Sudarshan Chakra. When Sudarshan Chakra comes close to Rahu or Ketu, who are blocking their sunlight or moonlight, he is unable to tolerate the heat of the Surya Chakra, he will go away from that place. When he goes away from that place, slowly, the eclipse will be taken away. So this whole phenomena is called as eclipse or Uparagam Vadanti. So like that. So this is the concept behind eclipse. So does Rahu, who was living in this Rahu Graha, Ketu living in that Ketu Graha, because they drank nectar, they became Amaras, and they will be there in those planets for 1 Manvantara period during our 7th Manvantara period. And in order to express their revenge upon sun or moon, they cause eclipses once in a while. Once in every 6 months, eclipse will come. Obstructing the sun and moon, Rahu or Ketu attacks them on the full moon night and dark moon day. So they attack moon on the full moon night and they attack the sun on dark moon day, Amavasya. On these days, they create an obstacle to full moon and dark moon or sun for those looking from the earth. Hearing of Rahu or Ketu's attack through the praying devatas, the Lord engages his dear Sudarshan Chakra to protect the sun and moon. Seeing the intolerable heat of the Sudarshan Chakra rotating in front of him for 1 Muhurta for 48 minutes, Rahu or Ketu, frightened and worried, flees to a distant place, leaving the sun or moon away. People say that this is the eclipse, Uparagam Vadanti. Because of either precise or imprecise alignment, there are full and partial eclipses on these particular days. So that is about Rahu or Ketu, who are located just below Sun in an orbit very close to Earth. The orbital radius of Rahu and Ketu is much less than that of moons. The Sun's orbital radius was 11.6 million yojanas. The moon's orbital radius was approximately 30,000 yojanas. And Rahu and Ketu's orbital radius is much less than that, maybe approximately some 20,000 yojanas or something like that. They are much close to Earth. And then as you go downward further, we come to the abodes of Siddhas, Charanas, Vidyadharas by 10,000 yojanas below Rahu. They are naturally endowed with mystic powers and they travel easily without the aid of any airplanes from one place to other place. They can easily travel. So Siddhacharana Vidyadharas are by birth are full of mystic potency, mysticism, and they can go from one abode to other abode, here to there, there to there, there to there, without any issue. So later on, very soon, you will read 6th canto, Chitraketu Maharaj. Chitraketu Maharaj, chanting the mantra given by Narada Muni, performed severe tapasya for 7 days. As a result of that, he had darshan of Lord Sankarsana. And then he performed another 7 days. So Lord Sankarsana made him as the king of Vidyadharas. So he was living, he became the king of Vidyadharas and he lived there in the Vidyadhara Loka for 1 lakh years. Afterwards, he was cursed by Mother Parvati to become Rudrasura. Then he was killed by Indra. Then he went back to Godhead, Vaikuntha. So like that. Siddhacharana Vidyadharas are located just below Rahu and Ketu. And then below them, like much depth, maybe about 100 yojanas above the surface of the Bhumandala, we have the abode of Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas. Even these people also have an abode in Bhuvarloka. Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas have one abode. Yaksha, Rakshasas have another abode. They all live here and they all enjoy here. Their life is meant for enjoyment only. So they are all doing it. And as you go downward below Yaksha, Rakshasa Loka or Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas Loka by 100 yojanas, you will touch the Bhumandala. You will come to the upper surface of the Bhumandala, whose upper limit extends as high as the swans, hags, eagles, and similar large birds, which are transformation of the earth can fly. So all the living entities that are born on the Bhuloka, that are born on the surface of the earth, to whatever height they can fly, that much sky belongs to Bhumandala. that much sky belongs to Bhuloka.
Oh.
So some big birds, the clouds, whatever height they can float, that is all belonging to Bhuloka only. Normally clouds are at a height of few hundred meters from rainy season. Other times maybe they are about 1 kilometer height only, not more than that. Vayu Purana says that whatever clouds generally we get rain, they are all located well within 1 yojana. That is approximately 13 kilometers. Even when somebody travels in flight, they can see the flight is moving in the clouds. The clouds are at a height of about 10 kilometers. The flights will travel at a height of 10 kilometers. So that height you see most of the clouds. But there are Samarthaka clouds, the clouds used by Indra to destroy Vrindavan. They are located at height of 10 yojanas. So maximum up to 10 yojanas sky, the sky up to 10 yojanas belongs to Bhuloka. From 11th yojana onwards, the sky belongs to Bhuvarloka. So in that way we can understand. Yavad damsa bhasha sena swarupa padatriti pravaha upatanti. This is the upper limit of Bhuloka, above which there is no more air. Yavad vayu pravati. So till then, till the Samarthaka clouds height and 10 yojanas, we have the wind, which we are familiar. Sorry, the wind will be floating in that area. And beyond that, there is wind, but there is a different kind of wind, not the same wind with which we are familiar. So like that. That is where Bhuvarloka starts after 10 yojanas. 10 yojana, above 10 yojanas, the Bhuvarloka starts. So from there, all the way up to moon, the height of the moon, it is all Bhuvarloka. You see here, we have seen all these different things. In this picture, you can see clearly. This is the location of sun in line with the line of equator of the earth globe. And below that 10,000 yojanas, we have Rahu. Height wise is below, and radius wise is much less than that of moon's orbit. This is sun's orbit, this is moon's orbit, this is Rahu Ketu orbit. Here we have Siddhacharana Vidyadharas. Here we have Yaksha Rakshasas, Bhuta Preta Pishashas. And also in the upper portion, between sun and moon, we have two more abodes, Gandharvas Apsaras, Kinnaras Kimpurushas. So these are the different abodes of different personalities. If you remember third canto, chapter 10 and third canto, chapter 20, there is a discussion about 8 types of superhuman beings that were created by Lord Brahma. The 8 types were, the first one is the main devatas, second one is the asuras, third one is Gandharvas and Apsaras, the fourth one is Kinnaras Kimpurushas, the fifth one is Siddhacharana Vidyadharas, the sixth one is Sadhyas and Pitrus, the seventh one is Yaksha Rakshasas, the eighth one is Bhuta Preta Pishashas. These were the 8 different divisions of superhuman beings that were created by Brahma, who are residing in different lokas. The main devatas live in the Swargaloka. They are all residing in the Swargaloka, above moon, all the way up to Dhruvaloka. Asuras are residing in the Bilaswargas, inside the Bhumandala. So this is the area where Asuras are residing. One above, one below. And remaining 6 category of superhuman beings are residing in the Bhuvarloka. We have Sadhyas and Pitrus residing in the moon, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Siddhacharana, Vidyadharas, Yaksha Rakshasas, Bhuta Preta Pishashas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 category of superhuman beings are residing within Bhuvarloka. If you see, this is east, sun rising here and sun setting here, this is west, and this is north, and this is south. So whatever sky I see above my head, starting from east, above my head, and the west and below, this intermediate sky is all Bhuvarloka. Whatever stars we see, these are all residents of Bhuvarloka. And whatever stars we see on the northern side, that side, they are all the stars part of Swargaloka. This side stars are part of Sargaloka, and this side above our head, this side stars are part of Bhuvarloka. So that is how we have to understand. Because we are in India, very close to another equator. So whatever stars are located in this area, these are all part of Bhuvarloka. And whatever stars we see above, so in above this particular this side, they are all part of Sargaloka stars, which are the abodes of all the residents in that particular area. So with these details, the Bhuvarloka has been described in this section of Bhagavatam. And then Bhagavatam talks about Bilasvargas, the 8 Bilasvargas, the 7 Bilasvargas located within the Bhumandala. So before going there, any questions?
No. Yes, yes. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Little louder.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Oh, can you hear? So we know, you told that Yaksha and Rakshasas are in 100 yojana below the Arc planet. So
No. From Yaksha Rakshasa Loka, if you come downward by 100 yojanas, that is where you come to Bhumandala. They are from the surface of the Bhumandala, they are located at of 100 yojanas, like that.
inside the Bhumandala.
No, they are not inside, they are in the sky only. So this is their abode. But from here to here, 100 yojanas, like this.
So there is no vertical distance from our Bhumandala.
So this is the Bhumandala.
This is
So
Bhumandala.
wherever they are, from that surface, you have to measure the height. If it is here, from here to here 100. If this is here, so from here to here will be 100. So like that.
And for Tirthas and Charanas, so
Here,
beside-
they are here. So from the top, from here it is to 20,000 yojanas. From here to here, 20,000 yojanas.
and Prabhu, there is any measurement of the radius of orbit of Rahu and Ketu?
Not exactly, number is not given, but it is said the radius of the orbit of Rahu Ketu is lesser than that of the moon. The moon's radius we know, 30,000 yojanas. So Rahu's radius will be less than 30,000 yojanas.
So Prabhu, they are, and you told about the Rahu and Ketu has the movement of like star. So they have also like Uttarayana and Dakshinayana.
Yes. Uttarayana Dakshina is there for everyone. The sun also goes up and down. The moon also goes up and down. Rahu Ketu also goes up and down.
And thus they
Uttarayana
are
Dakshina is there.
like rays.
The
If they-
movement like stars means previously we discussed that all the stars are moving at one constant speed, but the planets are moving slower than the speed of the stars. But among the planets, Rahu and Ketu move as fast as the stars. They don't have any, instead, they actually move faster than the stars. They go much higher of the stars in speed. For example, if stars have a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, Rahu and Ketu will have 101 kilometer per hour. And sun will have 99 kilometer per hour. The moon will have 80 kilometer per hour, much less speed, much slow speed. Moon speed is very much slow, like that.
Yes, bro.
Yes, bro.
So, Prabhu, you mentioned that Lord then send his Sudarshana when there is eclipse. So it is every time he does like this.
Yeah, maybe. If the process has been mentioned in the Bhagavatam means, obviously every time it will be. That's why, when eclipse comes, what do we do?
We pray, we chant more.
We don't do any other duties. We simply pray. So that prayer, whether we may do consciously or unconsciously, it is a prayer to Lord Vishnu to protect us from that evil influence.
So is it not that it is automatically that Rahu and Ketu going up and down, and that's why it is like create
Yes,
impediment?
yes. Rahu goes up and moon comes down. Then both of them come nearby. Then Rahu attacks the moon.
Even if they do not attack, then they will create impediments automatically. If there is in middle,
No, not like that. See, Srishti also has some order. They may not do every time. They do only when they come close by. When somebody is nearby only, you can say na something. You can do something. Even both vertically also they should come near. Even horizontally also they should come near. When both the sides, both the ways when they come nearby, then they will cause eclipse. Otherwise they will not cause.
and you mentioned about one snake there.
Ah.
So is there any specific snake?
Oh, that I don't know. I only read that much only. They have cut a snake into two pieces and joined to these personalities in Vishnu Purana. Which snake they have cut it and all that I don't know.
Okay. Thank you.
Some snake they cut it, which was there next to them.
Okay.
Any other devotees? पीछे एक devotee पूछ रहे.
Dhruva Maharaj went in Himalaya to fight with Yakshas. So they have this planet also, and they are residing in Himalaya, in that region also.
Yeah. See, Yakshas as a community is like big community. Some people are staying in the Bhuvarloka. Even now we see among the 7 lower planetary systems, one loka is given for Yakshas only. One loka is also occupied by Yakshas here. And there are some lower category of Yakshas are also staying in Himalayas in Jambudvipa. They can be at multiple places, so that is not an issue. In the greater Himalayas, Lord Shiva personally residing. So Lord Shiva's close friend and devotee, it was Kuvera. So Kuvera is the leader of Yakshas. So along with Kuvera, some Yakshas and Rakshasas are also staying adjacent to Kailash in the greater Himalayas. That is where Dhruva Maharaj fought with them because one of the Yakshas killed his brother. Any other devotees? So if there are no questions, we'll go ahead. The description of Bilas Vargas.
Yes. Bro, the modern concept of this eclipse and the Vedic concept was the different, and what is the contradictions there, and how to resolve. We have to present this.
See, the modern science says that when Earth, Sun, and Moon are in one particular alignment in the same straight line, that causes eclipse. And Vedic understanding they say that when the Earth, Rahu or Ketu, Moon, and Sun, all the 4 come in the same line, horizontally and vertically, that causes eclipse. We add Rahu and Ketu also as an instrument in eclipse. But in the modern science, they don't consider Rahu Ketu because Rahu and Ketu are not planets which are visible to our naked eye. These planets are said to be black bodies, they are not visible. Previously, we were discussing that the stars are self-luminous. Planets reflect sunlight. The sun is giving light, and all other planets like Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, they reflect sunlight. That's why we are getting the light back from them. That's why we are able to see them. They are reflecting sunlight. Since Rahu and Ketu are black in color, a black body does not reflect sunlight. If you remember in your physics, you must have studied. A black body only absorbs, it does not reflect. Other bodies will reflect, they absorb also, they reflect also. Since these two are black bodies, they do not reflect sunlight. That's why we can't see them. They become invisible planets. The modern science consider them to be as nodes, Taylor node, head node, like that they say. But whatever it is. But according to, at least if you have been come up from a village background, you must have been observing in your family that for every eclipse, the parents say that no, no, don't go out, stay home. And every eatable item is protected by putting a durva grass or tulsi leaf. Even nowadays, we are also doing in the temples. Previously, in ISKCON temples, we were not following all these things. We were like overlooking. But at least from past few years, even every ISKCON temple also seriously doing all these things. At least during the eclipse time, they close the temple. Inside the puja will go on, but they don't allow anybody to come and take darshan. So these are all have a significance. Because we were not taught about them clearly, so we don't have clear understanding. But it is there. So culturally, it is there. Even though it is observed that some of the records are there. In the past, some of the pregnant ladies who were roaming around during the eclipse time, afterwards, when they gave birth to child, the child was born with some physical disability or mental disability. There are some recorded cases for that. So apparently we may think that okay, nothing will happen. But what happens, when it happens, how it happens, we don't know. Something that happens to us, it may be because of this, because of that, we may not ascertain clearly, but there is some effect. We cannot deny that. That is because Rahu and Ketu are coming in the alignment. Even because since I am working on this area, I have made some simulations also to show how they are coming in the same alignment also. So they are all there. We cannot deny that. So if you want to explain to somebody, first of all, you have to understand. Unless until you understand it, you cannot explain it. So it is like that.
Right.
Correct. 7 Bilaswargas inside the Bhumandala. They are located beneath the Bhumandala. That means the Bhumandala is there, but inside the Bhumandala, the upper surface of the Bhumandala is what we call Bhumandala. So beneath that is inside the Bhumandala. There are 7 other lokas. Avanerapi adastad sapta bhu vivara ekaikaso yojanayutantarenayama vistare nopakalpita. So they are called Bhu Vivara because they are located within the hollow cavities of the earth. Basically, there are 7 tunnels, one below the other inside the Bhumandala. They are also called netherworlds because they are located within the bowels of the Bhumandala. Their width and length are 10,000 yojanas. Yojana Ayuta Antarena Ayama. Their length and width is 10,000 yojanas. With an interval of 10,000 yojanas between them. What are the 7 lokas? Atalam, Vitalam, Sutalam, Talatalam, Mahatalam, Rasatalam, Patalam, Miti. Thus, their length, width, and height is 10,000 each, with a gap of 500 yojanas in between 2 subsequent lokas. There is one tunnel, 10,000 this side, 10,000 this side, 10,000 this side. And there is second tunnel, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. And third tunnel, fourth tunnel, fifth and sixth, seventh. Like that, 7 tunnels, one below the other. These are the abodes of Daityas, Danavas, and Nagas. Primarily, these 7 lokas are the abodes of the Asuras. Out of 7, 1 is given for Yaksha, Rakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas, and 2 are given for the Nagas, and the remaining 4 are occupied by the Asuras. 4 of them are occupied by the Asuras, 2 for the Nagas, 1 for Yaksha, Rakshasas, and Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas. That is the distinction. Daitya, Danava, Kardaveya, Grihapataya. Endowed with wealth, power, bliss, and sense enjoyment greater than the higher planets, Divya Swarga. In the heaven, the Divya Swarga, Borloka and Swargaloka also there are opulences. But in these Bilaswargas, the opulences are much more than that of the Divya Swarga. Eteshu hi Bilaswargeshu, Sargadapi, Adhika Kama, Adhika Boga, Adhika Aishwarya, Adhika Ananda, Bhuti Vibhuti Vihi, Samruddha, Bhavana, Udyana, Krida, Vihareshu. All these things are there in great number with great facilities. And they are all immersed in illusory enjoyment, being situated in their fine houses and gardens. So they have beautiful houses and beautiful gardens and water lakes, and their life is only enjoyment, with desires more unimpeded than in Swarga. In Swarga also there is enjoyment, but they are always in anxiety because anytime Asuras can come and disturb our enjoyment, anytime Asuras can come and wage war against Swarga. But none of the Devatas ever go to Bilaswargas and wage war against Asuras because Devatas are content within their facilities, within their abodes. So Asuras' enjoyment is never disturbed by anyone from outside, but Devatas' enjoyment is constantly disturbed by these Asuras. That's why they have relatively more happiness and enjoyment in the lower planetary systems. Ishwaradapi apratihata kama maya vinoda nivasanti. Ishwaradapi, even the Lord himself will not disturb them from their enjoyment. So they have that much continued enjoyment. Like that is the place. So there is Mayadanava, who is the expert artist and architect, constructed cities with finest houses for the leaders of the for the residents of the seven abodes. The architect for Devatas is Vishwakarma. Similarly, the architect for the Asuras is Mayadanava, who constructed Mayasabha for the Pandavas when Mayadanava was saved by Arjuna during that Kandava Dahan episode. So he lives in one of the seven lokas, seven lower planetary systems, and he constructs the beautiful homes for all the leaders of all these places. And they enjoy in beautiful gardens and lakes, surrounded by fruit and flower trees, which are filled with lot of birds and humming bumblebees, and they are making lot of chirping sounds and humming sound, which are very pleasing to hear and pleasing to look at. There is no fear because there are no divisions of time, because there is no sunlight. Here we have every day sun rising and sun setting, sun rising, sun setting. Every day we count how many days complete, how many weeks, how many months, how many years. We keep counting. But in the seven lower planetary systems, since there is no sunrise, sunset, there is no count of days. There is no day-night concept. There is no count of days. So they are bindas. They don't have any fear. Like now I am 80 years. In 20 years I am going to die. Now I am 70 years. I am 30 years. I am going to die. Such kind of fear is not there. Na bayam aho ratrabihi kala vibhager upalakshate. But how do they get light? The gems on the snake heads and bedecked on the walls drive away the darkness. So their palaces will have a lot of gems studded on the walls and windows, etc. And they produce light. That light will drift away their darkness. And then, so by the way, as a normal default scale, just like Devatas live for one Manvantara time period, Asuras also they can live for one Manvantara. But once in a while they go for war. They fight with the Devatas. That time they may be killed during the war. Otherwise, normally they can have a lifespan of one Manvantara time period. By taking elixirs, juices made of divine herbs, the inhabitants do not experience anxiety. Here, none of the people experience anxiety, disease, foul perspiration, fatigue, old age, wrinkles, gray hair, discoloration, lack of pleasure, effects of aging due to bathing, drinking, and eating. At our place, all these are big problems. In order to tackle all these things, we have a lot of hospitals, lot of industries, so many things. यही वो चल रहा है ना, फॉल परस्पिरेशन को दूर करने के लिए कितना deodorant, soap, shampoo, so many things are there. Soaps. And disease के लिए hospitals है, anxiety के लिए mental hospitals है, ओल्ड एज के लिए, wrinkles के लिए, ग्रे कलर के लिए, डिस्कलरेशन के लिए कितना कितना हॉस्पिटल्स नहीं. For everything we have so many things here. You do this, you will get this. You do this, you will get. You go there, you will get this. Like that. Nava eteshu vasatam divyaushadhi rasa rasayana annapana sanadibir adayo vyadayo. The diseases that can be caused by anything does not exist in the Vilas Vargas. So in one sense, for one manvantara, they remain youthful, strong, stout, energetic. That is how they live there. No old age, no disease, no wrinkles, no white hair, no fear of death, except from Sudarshan Chakra. Normally, they don't have any fear of death. That okay, I may get cancer, I will die. Not like that. It won't be there. Normally, they can live for one month. Otherwise, if they trouble the devatas so much, then Lord Vishnu will set Sudarshan Chakra that will kill all the asuras indiscriminately. That is the only way they can get Akala Mrityu. These are some of the bungalows of those people. So now let us see all the 7 lokas, one after the other, what kind of people are residing there. Atala. It is ruled by demon Bala, who is the son of Mayadanava. We just now discussed about Mayadanava. Mayadanava had a son, is Bala. He is ruling this Atala Loka. He is the head of this Atala Loka. And he is expert at so many mystic powers. He himself, by his own personal endeavor, created 96 mystic powers. So one among them is, just by Anning, he created 3 kinds of women so that the people of this Atala Loka can enjoy with those women. These women are simply meant for enjoyment. So they are known as Sairini, Kamini and Pumshali. Kamini are those women who enjoy in their own caste. Kamini are those women who enjoy outside their caste. Pumshali are those women who are fickle and enjoying. They can go to anyone and everyone. So in that way. When a new person enters into this abode, okay, when a new person comes in, these ladies immediately invite him and made him comfortably seated, and then they offer him one particular liquid, Hataka beverage, so that by drinking this Hataka beverage, he will become intoxicated so that we can enjoy him. Like that the ladies think. But after drinking that Hataka beverage, this person thinks that Ishwaroham aham bhogi, Siddhoham balavan sukhi. I am the most powerful person. There is no one more powerful than me. I am the creator. I am the enjoyer. So all these women are meant for my enjoyment. So he will try to enjoy the women. The women gave him elixir so that they can enjoy him. And after drinking that elixir, he thinks that I am the enjoyer. I will enjoy these women. So like that, both male and female trying to enjoy each other. This is how their whole life goes in that enjoyment. That was Atala Loka. Then as you go downward, you come to Vitala Loka. Vitala Loka is the abode of one of the 11 Rudras. Previously also we discussed, we have total 11 Rudras, out of which one Rudra is staying in Ilavata, one is staying in the greater Himalayas in Kailash, third one is staying in Tapaloka, Atala, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, the third one where Kumaras are staying along with them. One of the 11 Rudras is also staying. And then the fourth one is staying here. In Vitaraloka, we have one of the 11 Rudras, one of the Lord Shiva is staying here. And he also stays along with Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas and Yaksha Rakshasas, all his associates. Because Lord Shiva is called as Bhutanath. So all Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas, Yaksha Rakshasas also stay along with Lord Shiva. So he is served by Bhavani, who is surrounded by all ladies, extra ladies, Rakshasa ladies. So when Shiva and Bhavani unite, they produce a vital liquid. And that liquid will flow like a river. When that river is heated by Agni and cooled by Vayu, heated by Agni and cooled by Vayu, the river transforms into gold. And that gold is worn by all the men and women who are living in this place as different ornaments. Hataki nama Bayor Viryena Yatra Chitrabanur Matarishvana Samiddhyamana ojasa pibanti san nistuyam hatakakyam swarabanu bhusha nera. So bhushan, abhushan, they make them into go different variety of abhushan and then they wear. They have gold like this from the river. So this is about Vitala. Atala is the abode of Asuras. Vitala is the abode of Bhuta, Pita, Pishesha, Dakshas, Rakshasas. Then Vitala, Sutala. Sutala is also abode of the Asuras. So in one corner of the Sutala Loka, Lord Vamana requested Vishwakarma to construct a special palace. Normally in the 7 lokas, Mayadanava only constructs palaces for the Asuras. Okay, these are the abodes of the Asuras. But at one point of time, when Vamana accepted everything that Bali Maharaj possessed in 2 steps, at the 3rd step he offered himself. So Lord was willing to take him back to Godhead, but Bali Maharaj had a desire that he wanted to become Indra. So Lord Vamana told that for now you cannot become Indra. In your next, in the next Manvantara you can become Indra. Till then, you stay in a safe place. So Lord had a prior experience. If she is sent alone, she will receive. Sorry. So if Bali Maharaj is alone staying there, if he is staying there, Asuras can come anytime and disturb him. So in order to safeguard him, Lord Vamana himself became the gatekeeper of the palace wherein Bali Maharaj residing, so that none of the Asuras can step in. At one point of time, Ravana was trying to accumulate wealth for making his kingdom fully golden kingdom, Lanka. So he was trying to come in Sutalaloka. He was trying to enter forcefully into Sutalaloka. So Lord Vamana kicked him. So he was thrown to a distant place. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala. He was thrown to Talatalaloka, 10,000 yojanas. That's how Lord Vamana personally guarding Bali Maharaj. So Bali Maharaj living in the Sutalaloka, in that special palace made by Vishwakarma, he is continuously worshipping Lord Vamana. And while worshipping Lord Vamana, he says, so I think only Prahlad Maharaj is the real devotee. Indra is not at all a devotee. Because even though Lord Narasimha was trying to offer benedictions to Prahlad, Prahlad did not take any blessing for himself. Instead, he asked for the deliverance of his father. He did not ask any benediction for himself, when Lord himself is trying to give. But on the other hand, the Devatas and their Guru Brihaspati, they are asking Lord Vishnu to fulfill their desire. They are engaged Lord Vishnu in taking the kingdom from me, so that they become Indra. So what kind of devotee Indra is? It's like that. So saying those words, Bali Maharaj is happily engaged in the service of Lord Vamana in this particular Sutalaloka. And the remaining Sutalaloka is all inhabited by Asuras. It is all the residents of Asuras. So in this way, Sutalaloka has been described in the Bhagavatam. Then the fourth one is Talatala. It is ruled by Maya. Maya Danava actually resides here in this Talatala Loka. He is the king of the Danavas. He helped Tripurasura. So at one point of time, Tripurasura, one great Asura, came to Maya Danava and requested him to construct 3 aeroplanes. The specialty of these airplanes is that the aeroplane itself is not visible, and whoever in that airplane is also not visible. So in that airplanes, they went to Swarga and they began to throw arrows. The arrows are coming just like that. There is no one seen who is throwing the arrows, because the airplanes cannot be seen. So all the devatas immediately surrendered to Brahma. Brahma requested, please approach Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva came and trying to throw the arrows. Shoot in all directions. But the Lord Shiva is not able to find out where it is. So Shastra says that, some speakers say that Lord Shiva prayed to Lord Vishnu. Then Lord Vishnu presented a special bow and 3 arrows to Lord Shiva. So with that special bow, Lord Shiva employed the 3 arrows together The 3 arrows at one go went and hit the 3 aerial mansions. The 3 aerial mansions were immediately destroyed to pieces, and all the asuras became visible. Then Lord Shiva, throwing many other arrows, destroyed all the asuras. Then he went to kill Mayadanava for doing such a kind of a difficult, invisible aerial mansions. But Mayadanava, after destroying these 3 aerial mansions, after killing asuras, and also Lord Shiva killed Tripurasura, the main asura also. Then Lord Shiva came to Talatala to kill Mayadanava. But out of fear, Mayadanava immediately fell at the feet of Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva said, no problem. Since you are surrendered to me, I will not kill you. Pucho, kya chahiye aapko? So he said that let me have protection from all the devatas also. So Lord Shiva said that no problem. You are my devotee, no one will harm you. Since he has become devotee of Lord Shiva, even Lord Vishnu also does not harm him. Because he is a devotee of Lord Shiva. So as a result of that, all the asuras are worshipping me, is worshipping Lord Shiva, and is living peacefully in Talatala Loka. So like that. And then the Kathakar say that after killing Tripurasura, after accepting the surrender of Mayadanava, Lord Shiva gave that bow to Nimi Maharaj. So from Maharaj Nimi, that bow was coming in the same line. Some say that it is that bow only. And that was the bow which was lifted by Lord Ram during the Swayamvar. Some say that, and others say that when this person, what is his name?
Parshuram, Lord Parshuram.
Not Parshuram. What is his name? Vritrasura. When Vritrasura appeared from the Yajna performed by Twashta, he was causing so much trouble to Devata. Devata surrendered to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu tells them, please go to Dadichi Muni and request him his bones. From his bones, make a Vajrayuda. Vishwakarma will make. So Devatas went to Dadichi Muni. Dadichi Muni gave his body. So from that body, they removed all the bones. From those bones, Vishwakarma created 3 weapons. One is Vajrayuda and 2 bows. One is Vishnu Chapa and Shiva Chapa. One bow was given to Lord Shiva, one bow was given to Lord Vishnu, one bow was given to our Indra. And later on, once Devatas wanted to see who is more expert in throwing arrows and in a bow arrow fight between Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. And they requested Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu to fight. So both Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu are fought with that bows. So Vishnu is fighting with Vishnu bow and Shiva is fighting with Shiva bow. So they were fighting. Fight was never ending. So at one point of time, the fight became so intense. The Devatas thought that now it is going to be the destruction of the entire universe. They pray to Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, become peaceful, become peaceful, become peaceful. Then immediately both Shiva and Vishnu became peaceful, and they decided that these as long as the bows are with us, we'll keep fighting. Let us reject the bows. So Lord Vishnu gave his bow to some sages, some of the sons of Brahma, some great rishis. So in that lineage, it came to the parents of Lord Parashuram. So it has come to Lord Parashuram. The Vishnu bow came to Lord Parashuram. And Shiva Dhanush, that was given to the descendants of Ikshvaku Vamsha. So it was coming in the Nimi dynasty, it has come all the way up to Janak Maharaj. That was the bow which was lifted by Mother Sita, later on she lifted by Lord Rama also. And Lord Rama, when he was pulling the string, the bow broke into pieces. And then Parshuram came with the Vishnu bow. And Lord Rama took that Vishnu bow also, and that bow entered into Lord Rama's transcendental body. So in one sense, because of Lord Rama, one bow was broken into pieces, other bow entered into him, got disappeared. So both the bows kind of lost their existence at that time. So in either case, so we can see both the conditions. In both the conditions, it's the same bows which were prepared by our prepared from the bones of Dadichi Muni, used in these 2 cases, 2 pastimes. So like that. Then as you go downward, there comes Mahatala. Mahatala is the abode of snakes. Snakes, which are the Kadru's descendants. Kadru is one of the 17 wives of Kashyapa. Kuhaka, Takshaka, Kaliya, Sushen, and all they reside here. Kaliya is the same Kaliya who used to reside in Mahatala area. Sometimes he resides in Mahatala, sometimes he resides in that, what was that? Lanka. And one more island name we discussed. Ramanaka. Ramanaka island also he resides. And by birth, they are very much angry. They are very much envious. They are addicted to material enjoyment. They are completely bewildered. They enjoy among themselves. They don't have any fear of anybody else except from Garuda. Only they are afraid of Garuda. They are not at all afraid of anyone else. That is the nature of snakes. And then next one, the sixth one is Rasatala. Rasatala is the main abode of the Asuras. Though Asuras are staying in Atala, Sutala, Talatala, but Rasatala is their prime principal area. The main powerful Asuras stay in the Rasatala Loka. The descendants of Diti and Danu stay in the Rasatala Loka. Some of them are Nivata Kauchas, Kalayas, Hiranyapuravasis, Daityas, Danavas, Nivata Kauchas, Kalayas, Hiranyapuravasis, like that. By birth, they are enemies of Indra Devatas. They reside in holes like the snakes. From birth, they are extremely powerful and very cruel. They live out of fear of Sudarshan Chakra. They do not become afraid of Indra or any other Devata, but they become afraid of Lord's Sudarshana Chakra. Then as you go downward, the last one is Patala Loka. Patala Loka is the abode of the Snagas, such as Shanka, Kulika, Mahashanka, Shweta, Datarashtra, Shankachuda, Kambaka, Ashvatara, Devadatta. Their leader is Vasuki. So Vasuki resides in Patala Loka. They are very envious. They have many hoods with shining jewels on their hoods, 5, 7, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000. These are all huge and many hooded snakes. They are much bigger than python. Big snakes. And the Nagamanis on the hoods of these snakes will light up the entire area. So this is how the 7 lokas are located. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. One below the other. You can see this picture. Here the 7 lokas which are located one below other. Atala to Patala and their respective dimensions. This is the location of the hellish planetary systems. And beneath Shesha is there. Shesha is ruled in the entire universe. About Shesha we'll study in 25th chapter. And there are 28 hellish planetary systems. They are difficult to find out. So like that. These are the locations inside the Bhumandala. You are not able to hear the sound. 1 second. Yeah. Now you should be able to hear.
Below the earthly planetary system are 7 subterranean realms named Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala, which do not receive sunlight and which are inhabited primarily by demoniac living entities. To reach the first one must go 80,000 miles downward through underground tunnels. At successive depths of 80,000 miles are the remaining 6 netherworlds, all of which are fully developed underground civilizations. In the 4th level downward, Talatala Loka, lives the magical architect Mayadanava, who has designed many brilliantly decorated cities where proud materialists reside. Below the netherworlds are the 28 hellish planetary systems. The demigod of justice, Yamaraj, judges the unrighteous human beings after their deaths and sends them to one of these planets. There, errant souls are administered appropriate punitive measures corresponding to their misdeeds. The earthly and subterranean planetary systems rest upon one of the hoods of the gigantic divine serpent, Shesha. Shesha in turn is held up by the colossal transcendental tortoise, Kurma. And Kurma resides in the ocean that fills half the universe.
Yeah. Any questions till now? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, please.
Prabhu, what is the difference between Daitya, Danav and Shuk?
Not clear.
So what is the difference between Daityas, Danavas and Asuras?
See, Daityas are the children of Diti. Diti is one of the 17 wives of Kashyapa. And Danavas are the children of Danu. Danu is also another wife. And both of them combine together Asura. Asura means those who are envious of Devatas and Supreme Lord. And within the Asuras, we have these different categories: Daityas, Danavas, Hiranyapuravashis, Kalakeyas, etc. etc. These are different types, we can say, different types of Asuras.
Danu, there is one slide you mentioned that DT plus Danu.
Ah.
So Danu is also wife.
Ah.
Oh.
Danu is also wife. Diti is also wife. Kadru is also wife. There are 17 wives. Very soon in the 6th canto, all of you are going to study all these wives and their children. Kashyapa married 17 daughters of Daksha. So one wife is Aditi, her sons were Adityas. One wife is Diti, her sons are Daityas. One wife is Danu, her sons are Danavas. One wife is Kadru, her sons of all the snakes, Kardavayas. One wife is Vinata, Vinata's children were the birds. Like that.
So, can you show the slide of Bital? Sorry, Bitala. So here you mentioned about that they heated by Agni and hardened by Vayu, but they are subterranean planets. So the demigod go there and
No. Heated by Agni means fire, Baba. Fire से heat किया और wind से ठंडा किया. So it is like that. Not that Agni Devata, Vayu Devata will go there. Devatas don't go there. Here Agni means fire. Here they are used like Yatra Chitrabanur Matarishvana Samidyamana Ojasa Pibanti. Sun. Ojasa means fire god. Matarishva means Matarishwar Chitrabanu means Vayu, wind. So basically cooled by wind and heated by fire. So like that. Vayu means wind. Agni means fire. So like that you should take.
In dark region,
In the dark region, like Agni can be an element like a Vayu, how we can understand.
So wind will be there everywhere, na? Even if you go underground, also if there is a tunnel underground, the wind will go, na? If there is a possibility for the wind to go, it will go. How it goes? See, there are 50 types of winds. The winds are required everywhere. First of all, you tell me, does Asuras breathe or not? Huh? They are breathing means there should be some air. If they are not breathing, they are dead.
yes.
So like that, wind will be there. How and all we may not know, but it will be there. Just like at our place it is there, there also it will be there.
Just now, there is a continuation of smart query. Basically, one devotee asked.
Your voice is not loud enough. थोड़ा जोर से.
Hare Krishna.
Ah, perfect.
Well, it's Asuras and Rakshasas. What's the difference? Any difference?
Asuras are beautiful to look at. but in the mode of ignorance. Asuras are in look, in power, in dressing, they are as good as devatas. But devatas in mode of goodness, asuras in mode of ignorance. Okay? Rakshasas are fearful to look at, and they are man eaters. If you have read Ramayana, in Ramayana you study about the Rakshasas, different types of bodily limbs, Kadamba, this, that, Trishira, Kara, Dushana, Ravana, Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna, what he was doing? Whichever monkeys come in his way, he taking them and putting in his mouth only. And Ravana was telling Mother Sita multiple times, if you don't submit to me tonight, tomorrow morning I will take you for my breakfast. They were eating. That was the complaint of Dandakaranya sages. They were telling that these Rakshasas are killing us and eating. Vata, Pilwal and other Rakshasas. The man eaters are Rakshasas, Yakshas, and Asuras are power mongers, self gratification mongers.
Okay.
Any other devotees? सुनाई नहीं दे रहा
Yes, sir, even duty.
हाँ
Hare Krishna.
yes bro.
So, do the demigods of the elements do also have control and are in charge for the creation on the Vilasvarga?
See, for the entire universe, especially these 10 lower planetary systems, other than Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Sargaloka, they are under the control of Devatas. So for the 7 lower planetary systems, even though they are supposed to be under the control of Devatas, but Asuras does not accept the control of Devatas. They say, who are you to control us? Who are you to maintain us? We take care of ourselves. Sometimes because the Asuras do not have any position to say that I am so and so, they keep waging war against Sargaloka. They wanted to dethrone Indra, they want to sit on the throne of Indra. They want to become the controller of the entire universe. That's why we hear about many wars all over Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Ramayana between the Devatas and Asuras.
Okay.
Any other devotees have any questions? If no one has any questions, before getting into 25th chapter, let us take a small break and then we'll continue. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So now what is the time?
It's 12:44.
12:44. When we will meet again?
10 minutes.
12:55.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. We'll meet at 12:55.
Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna. Devotees are back. We'll continue.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
No, sir.
So,
Question.
Why?
Last question.
so
Only one question.
yes. Chalo.
Where Vitala, Lord Shiva is residing, is one of the Rudras. Where Vitala, one of the Rudras, Lord Shiva is residing. So it is not that greater Himalaya, that is the Rudra. So another 10 Rudras where they are residing.
See, total 11. One is in Lautavarsha, one is in the greater Himalayas, one is in Maharloka, Janloka, Tapaloka, one is in Vitalaloka. And the remaining 7 are in Swargaloka. Out of 11, 7 are in Swargaloka, one is in Tapaloka, one is in greater Himalayas, one is in Vitalaloka. So, like that. So, this is the quick summary of everything that we have been discussing till now. Satyaloka is the abode of Lord Brahma. He resides along with Vedas personified, perfected jnanis and perfected yogis following the path of light, Devayana. They come to Satyaloka. These jnanis and yogis following the path of light, they actually supposed to go to Brahman. But before going to Brahman, they want to spend some time in Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. They are allowed to stay as long as they want. Some stay for a few years and then they go ahead. Some stay till the end of the day of Brahma. Then they go ahead and enter into Sayujya. So that is allowed. Bhagavatam 7th canto says that even if somebody practices Naistika Brahmacharya throughout one's life, they are allowed entry into Satyaloka. They are promoted to Satyaloka after their life because of their austerities. Then Tapaloka is the abode of the 4 Kumaras. They live along with so many perfect jnanis and yogis. And here we have one of the 11 Rudras staying here in Tapaloka. One of the 11 Rudras also stays in Tapaloka. Janaloka is the abode of Bhrugu, headed by Bhrugu. Sages and other great rishis stay here. And perfected jnanis and perfected yogis also reside here. Maharloka is the abode of the sages and jnanis and yogis, headed by Atri Muni. Perfected Vanaprasas. If somebody practices Vanaprasa duties very sincerely, they are promoted to Maharloka. They can live in Maharloka. So then, Sargaloka is the abode of the principal Devatas, consisting of 12 Adityas. Out of the 11 Rudras, the majority stay in this Sargaloka, but 1, 2, 3 here and there they are residing, but mostly they stay here. 8 Vasus, 2 Ashwins, and then 49 Marus, 49 Agni-Devatas, like that. If somebody practices Grihastha Dharma very sincerely, following the path of darkness, Pitriyana, they can go to Swargaloka. This Loka is in the mode of goodness. If somebody practices Naistika Brahmacharya, they can go to Satyaloka. Somebody practices Vanaprastha properly, they can go to Maharloka. Somebody practices Grihastha Dharma properly, they can go to Swargaloka. If somebody takes on to Sannyasa and practices Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, they will attain Sayujya Mukti. So it is like that. The 4 ashramas, you can understand how they live a kind of destiny. So then, Bhuvarloka. In Bhuvarloka, just now we saw that 6 category of superhuman beings are residing. Sadhyas and Pitrus are residing in the moon, which is known as Pitruloka. And then Gandharvas, Apsaras, Kinnaras, Kimpurusha, Siddhacharana, Vidyadharas, they are also residing in the Bhuvarloka. All these lokas are attained by following the path of darkness, Pitriyana. This area where these people are residing is in the mode of goodness. In the same Bhuvarloka, in some corner, there are the places where Rahu and Ketu are residing, 2 planets. Yaksha, Rakshasas, Bhutapita, Pishashas. These areas are in the mode of ignorance because these are the abodes of Asuras. These are Asuric people. That is in the mode of ignorance. And then we have Bhurloka. So, other than Bharatavarsha, remaining all Bhumandala is known as Bhaumasvarga. It is meant for Devata like human beings, descending from Divya Swarga and on their way to Bharatavarsha appear here. Those people, because of piety, either they go to Bhuvarloka or Sargaloka. After their piety is over, they come back to Bharatavarsha. But before coming to Bharatavarsha, first they take birth in Bhaumaswarga. They live there for some time. Then they take birth in Bharatavarsha. And Bharatavarsha is meant for human beings and other lower beings that assist human beings. For our survival, we need the help of so many other living entities, such as cow, bull, horse, camel, elephant, dog, cat, rat, birds, and also different plants. So all these things are also residing along with us in Bharatavarsha. And then 7 Bilasvargas. Atala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala. These 4 are meant for Asuras. Mahatala and Patala meant for Nagas and serpents. Vitala is meant for Yaksha Rakshasas, Bhutapreta Pishashas, associates of Lord Shiva. One of the 11 Rudras also residing here. And this entire Bilasvarga is in the mode of ignorance. And below that we have Narakaloka, which is meant for sinful human beings brought after death for punishment. 99,000 yojanas from Bharatavarsha or Bharatakanda. So these are different locations and who are staying there, what kind of people can go there, etc. etc. A quick summary. Then, chapter 25, we have Lord Ananta, the holder of the Bhumandala. Lord Ananta is an expansion of the Supreme Lord, Kala Vibhagata. In third chapter of the first canto, if you remember, there is a verse. Ete Chamsha Kalapumsha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan, and all the avatars that we see within our universe, they are all expansions of Purusha, the first Purusha, Mahanarayana. So Mahanarayana himself expands in the form of various avatars, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Haigriva, etc. etc. These are all expansions of Mahanarayana. And their expansions are Kala. Amsha means Lord Vishnu's, Lord Narayana's direct expansions, who are all Vishnu Tattvas. And Kala means Shakti Avesha Avataras. So they are secondary expansions of Lord, but they are Jiva Tattvas, but specially empowered by the Supreme Lord. Like Lord Parashuram is a Shakti Avesha Avatar. Lord Rama is a Vishnu Tattva. So like that. So here Lord Ananta is a Kala, is a Shakti Avesha Avatar. He is not completely Vishnu Tattva, but Shakti Avesha Avatar. He is endowed with Bhudharana Shakti. He is the eldest son of Kashyapa and Kadru. Just like in the first canto, when you study that chapter, we get to see about different personalities, like 4 Kumaras. They are also Shakti Avesha Avatar. They are endowed with Jnana Shakti. Narada Muni is also Shakti Avesha Avatar. He is endowed with Bhakti Shakti. Sheshai Shakti Avesha Avatar. He is endowed with Bhudharana Shakti. Parashurami Shakti Avesha Avatar. He is endowed with Dushta Nashaka Shakti. So like that. He is also called Tamasi because he is the source of Rudra, the destroyer. Because he is the supervisor of the destruction and activity of Tamas, but he is not a form composed of Tamas. Just like we have 3 deities, Brahma is for creation, Shiva is for destruction, Vishnu is for maintenance. So Shiva's activity is destruction. Destruction is an activity of Tamoguna, but Shiva is not Tamoguni person. And the source of Lord Shiva is Lord Sankarshana. In one of the classes, we discussed that at the beginning of the creation, when Mahavishnu wanted to create, from his various skin pores, there appeared Pradhana. Then Mahavishnu glances upon Pradhana. That glance carries Kala Shakti and Jiva Shakti. And that Kala Shakti, which is Lord Vishnu's potency, in between transformed itself into Sadashiva. So in one sense, Sadashiva is an expansion of Mahavishnu. And that Sadashiva appears within our universe as 11 Rudras. And Mahavishnu is an expansion of Lord Sankarshana. The second quadruple expansions, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. From these four, Sankarshana expands as Mahavishnu, Pradyumna expands as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Aniruddha expands as Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. So in one sense, Mahavishnu is an expansion of Sankarshana, Sadashiva is an expansion of Mahavishnu, and the 11 Rudras within our universe are an expansion of Sadashiva. So they are expansion of Lord Sankarshana. So in that way. And same way, this Ananta is also an expansion of Lord Sankarshana. So the activity of the 11 Rudras is destruction. That is a tamasic activity. So they can be called tamasi, and Lord Sankarshana also can be called as tamasi because he is performing that activity of destruction. So like that is called Sankarshana. This is another meaning of the name Sankarshana means he joins two people together. He attracts the enjoyer and object of enjoyment. He is the attractive principle in this material world because he draws together the enjoyer and the object to be enjoyed. It is characterized by the conception of I and mine, aham mameti, me and mine. He is also the present deity of ahankara. One is recommended to worship to be purified of aham mameti. So in third canto, if you remember, you must have studied. We have presiding deities and controlling deities. The controlling deity of mind is Brahma. The controlling deity of intelligence is controlling deity of the mind is Soma. Controlling deity of mind is the intelligence is Brahma. The controlling deity of Ahankara is Rudra. The controlling deity of Chitta is Vishnu. And same way, there is a worshipable deity. The worshipable deity of Chitta is Vasudeva. The worshipable deity of Ahankara is Sankarshana. The worshipable deity of intelligence is Pradyumna. The worshipable deity of mind is Aniruddha. So like that. So if at all we are affected by Ahankara, we are recommended to worship Lord Sankarshana, by which we can become free of Aham Mameti, me and mine, I and mine. So many times when we hear the name Lord Sankarshana, Lord Ananta, Lord Shesha, we immediately remember that this one, the snake bed of Lord Vishnu is called as Sankarshana, Ananta, Shesha. Many times we understand him only whenever the name comes. But here, it is not he. The Sankarshana about whom we are talking is not Vishnu Tattva always, but generally a Jiva Tattva, Shakti Avesh Avatar. Now the one about whom we are talking about is the person who is holding the Bhumandala. He is not acting as the bed of Lord Vishnu. The person who is acting as the bed of Lord Vishnu is completely Vishnu Tattva. He is expansion of Balramji himself. But the person about whom we are talking currently is Shesha, who is the son of Kadru and Kashyapa. He is a living entity, he is a Jiva, but specially empowered by the Lord. That's why he is called Shakti Avesh Avatar. When there is no Jiva who can do this service of holding the Bhumandala, then this Shesha will expand and hold the Bhumandala upon his hooves. Otherwise, this whole chapter is actually glorifying the Lord himself. In one sense, either it is a direct glorification of the Lord when he is doing this seva, or it is a glorification of Lord's empowerment in that Jiva Tattva who is doing this seva. That is being indicated in this chapter. So that Lord, this snake bed, who is acting as snake bed for Lord Vishnu, is there always assisting Lord's pastimes. Like this, he is always there. But here the one who is doing the service is the Jiva Tattva. And is called Tamasi because he is the source of Rudra, the destroyer. It is said that Lord Shesha is holding the Bhumandala so that all of us can practice bhakti and can go back, home back to Godhead as early as possible. and Shesha holding the Bhumandala painstakingly, so that all of us can go back to Godhead. But unfortunately, we are not taking it seriously and going back to Godhead. So he is waiting till the end of the day. Brahma, he waits, and then he becomes impatient. Then from his Bhukuti appears 11 Rudras, who are also very angry. They do Tandam Nritya and they open their third eye. When they open their third eye, from that comes huge fire. That fire burns all the 10 lokas: Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, Atala, Sutala, Vitala, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatal, Patal. It burns everyone, whoever is there in the 10 lokas, because you people are not taking seriously, not practicing bhakti seriously. So in that way, it burns everyone. That's how it destroys everything that was maintained till now, till the end of the day of Brahma. And in the evening time, he will destroy all the 10 lokas completely by burning them into ashes. So like that. That's why it's called Tamasi. And he, situated below the Patala lokas, holding the Bhumandala, Arkshiti Mandalam, on one of his 1,000 hoods. And he feels, while holding it, he feels it like a white mustard seed. He does not feel that it is so heavy. Yasya idam Sthiti Mandalam Bhagavato Ananta Murte Sahasra Shirsha Ekasmin Eva Shirshni Driyamanam Siddhartha Ivalakshate. Though he is holding the huge Bhumandala upon his hoods, but he feels it like a white mustard seed. Because while holding the Bhumandala, he was continuously doing Smaranam of Lord's pastimes. Since he was meditating on Lord's pastimes, he does not feel the heavy burden of the entire Bhumandala. Situated below the lower planets, below Patala Lokas, and easily support the entire Bhumandala for its continued existence throughout the day of Brahma. Continued existence, so that the Bhumandala does not sink into Garbhodaka ocean. Mule Rasaya Sitatma Tantro Yoli Layakshimam Sitaya Vibharti. Thus he is known as Sarvaloka Durandara. Since he is holding the Bhumandala, along with Bhumandala, the 7 lower planetary systems are also held properly, and above upper planets like Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka are also intact in their respective position. So in that way, since the Lord is unlimited, who even with 1,000 tongues can count the powers of the great Lord Ananta? Lord Ananta with 1,000 heads placed on just one of his heads the small particle known as the Bhumandala, Bhugolam, with its mountains, rivers, oceans, and all living beings. Like that. Murdni arpitam anuva sahasra murdno, bhugolam sa giri saris samudra sattvam. So, like that. So, Lord Ananta, holding the entire Bhumandala consisting of 7 Dvipas, 7 oceans, lot of mountains, lot of rivers, lot of living entities, for as long as the day of Brahma is there, so that the Bhumandala does not sink into Garbhodaka ocean. So, in all these translations, I was kindly trying to show all these things very clearly, that here, Sthiti Mandalam and Kshemam, and then here also Bhugolam, Bhumandalam in the shloka. If you see the translations for all these verses in the Bhagavatam, the Prabhupada translated them as universe. Everywhere the Prabhupada writes as the Shesha, he is holding the universe upon his hoods. Because the translation is like that, our ISKCON devotees have painted like this. They kept the entire universe upon the hoods of Shesha. One universe on one hood, other universe on another hood, other universe on another hood. But there is a correction required here. It is not like this. Shesha is not holding the entire universe. Shesha is holding the Bhumandala only. He is inside the universe. He is not outside the universe as it is shown in this picture. And some people say like this. There is a Garbhodaka ocean here. There is a Bhumandala. Below 7 lower planetary systems are there. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is upon the Garbhodaka ocean. And there is a snake bed for Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. That snake bed is holding the entire Bhumandala. So like this. Some people put it like this. But this is also not correct. This is also wrong. You see, these are the 5 references, at least as far as my little memory. In this all 5 places, it is clearly indicated that Shesha is holding the Bhumandala. Kiti Mandalam, Bhugolam, Shamam, Bhumandalam, Bhumandalam. But in all these places, the Prabhupada translates it as universe. The reason could be when Prabhupada was writing that time, he was not getting into all the technical details. For a new person who want to read the Bhagavatam, Prabhupada starts saying Bhu Mandala, this Mandala, that Mandala. For those people who don't know anything, they get confused. But everyone knows, whoever can read English, they all know universe. The word universe is very familiar to everyone. So Prabhupada used the word universe as a translation to Bhumandala, just to make people familiar with that. But otherwise, the same Bhagavatam we see 2534 366, we can read this. The universe, the entire Brahmanda, is floating in the Karana ocean. Udake Shayam. Udaka means Tadandam Udake Shayam. The Brahmanda is floating in the Karana ocean. Sahasra Parivasaran Andakosha Upavapsu. The Andakosha, the universe along with the universal shells, for 1000 Devata years, floating on the water. Upava Apsu. Apsu means Bhumirapo Nalovayu, water. So like that. So this is our Bhumandala, consisting of 7 lower planetary systems. And below that we have Shesha, holding the entire Bhumandala. And this Shesha only spoke the Bhagavatam to 4 Kumaras. This you have read in the 3rd canto, 8th chapter. In the beginning verses, it is said that the 4 Kumaras who are living in the Tapaloka, following the path of Ganga, they came down the universe. They came to Sankarsana and they requested Sankarsana to speak Bhagavatam. Then Sankarsana spoke the entire Bhagavatam. Then the Kumara spoke the same Bhagavatam to Sankyana Rishi. Sankyana Rishi spoke the same Bhagavatam to Burospati and Parashara. Then Parashara spoke the same Bhagavatam to Maitreya Rishi and Vyasadev. And whatever the discussion that took place between Maitreya Rishi, Parashara and Maitreya. Maitreya is asking and Parashara is speaking. That is recorded now as Vishnu Purana. That Bhagavatam which was spoken by Lord Sankarsana to 4 Kumaras is today it is known as Vishnu Purana. That is coming in the line of Kumar Sampradaya. So like that. So here one verse says that Naveda Siddhartham Iva Kvachit Sitam Bhumandalam Murtha Sahasradamnu. So Lord Shesha holding the Bhumandala upon his hoods, but he does not know that something is there upon his hoods. Why? Because he is unlimited. He is called Ananta because of his knowledge of the Tattvas. He does not know the Bhumandala, which is situated somewhere on one of his hoods. Because he is situated below the Bhumandala, measuring almost 500 million yojanas. His hoods are not wide enough to hold it. Shesha is small. He is below the big, huge Bhumandala. How can you say that Bhumandala is Anuvat or Siddharthavat? However, person situated there can see that by his inconceivable energy, his hoods become unlimited in dimension and thus the Bhumandala appears like a mustard seed. If you want to know, don't ask questions here. Go there and see. If you go there and see, the small Ananta becomes so big, so big, so big. The big Bhumandala becomes small, 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 like a white mustard seed. That is actual, not an illusion. This is an example of his astonishing unlimited nature just mentioned. This is the potency of Lord Ananta, the power of Lord Ananta. This is how he actually expands and takes care of this Bhumandala. So then how and when this particular activity started, this we can read this study from Mahabharata. In the Mahabharata Adi Parva, there is a big story how Kadru and Vinata were actually sisters who are the wives of Kashyapa. Once they bet upon Uchcheshrava horse, which was produced from Samudra Manthan. One side it is white, other side it is white but its tail is black. So Vinata told it is completely white along with the tail. Kadru said no, tail is black. Then let us go nearby. So Kadru told her sons, the snakes, you please go and circle around the tail so that the tail should appear black. when we come nearby, somewhere nearby. The snakes did like that. They went nearby and Kadru won, Vinata lost. And Kadru made Vinata as a maid servant. So many years passed. Eventually, Vinata gave birth to Garuda. When Garuda became Garuda appeared, then he understood his mother is in slavery. So Garuda approached his stepmother, Kadru, asked, how can my mother be delivered? So Kadru told, you go to heaven, steal the nectar part from the heaven and bring it to me. Give it to my sons. So Garuda thought, if I have to free my mother, I have to steal the nectar from heaven. But at the same time, I don't want to give this nectar to either Kadru or our sons who are highly adharmic. It should not go in their hands. So, but whatever it is, first let me save my mother. He thought like that. So he went and stole the nectar part from heaven and he was coming backward. So Indra understood Garuda stole the nectar. Indra was trying to chase after Garuda, but Garuda is so powerful compared to Indra. So Indra said, please don't give this nectar to the snakes. They are already very cruel. They become more cruel and more powerful, very difficult to deal with them. So Garuda said, yes, I also don't want to give them, but I have to save my mother. So both of us plan like this. So Garuda said, I will go, I will give nectar part to Kadru and tell her that all her sons should go to river and take bath and wear fresh clothes and come back to take the nectar. So nectar will be kept in a sacred place. In the meantime, all the snakes will go to take bath. That time, my dear Indra, you come and stole the nectar part. So my mother will be freed and your nectar will not be distributed to snakes. So Indra agreed. So Garuda went and gave the nectar to Kadru and he told same thing. So before taking this nectar, everyone should go and take bath and wear fresh clothes and come. So everyone went. Indra stole that nectar. And in the meantime, Vinata was released. Then when everything was known to Kadru and her son snakes, they became angry with Garuda. And then immediately because his mother is relieved, and he told his mother to go home. And Garuda began to attack the snakes. There was a huge fight. Many snakes got injured. Many snakes died also. Then Kadru herself came forward and begged forgiveness. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Then Garuda became peaceful. Later on, whenever Garuda sees any snakes, immediately becomes very angry and then rips them apart. So seeing all these things, Kadru's first son, Shesha, eldest one, who did not take part with all these activities, he was very much unhappy with this kind of enmity between the brothers. So he don't want to keep that kind of ill feelings towards his brothers. So he went and performed austerities to please Brahma. And Brahma was very much pleased. And Brahma said, what do you want? He said, I want to be friends with all my co-brothers. Brahma was very happy. Then he said, I want to serve you. Then Brahma told, yes, I have a special seva for you. That go below the Bhumandala. Currently the Bhumandala is held by Kurma alone. Kurma alone is holding the Bhumandala. You please go and join him. So that the Bhumandala can be kept upon your hoods and you can take support of Kurma. So Shesha went below the Bhumandala and from then he kept the Bhumandala upon his hoods and they will continue to carry this Bhumandala at least, if not the entire day of Brahma, at least for the current Manvantara. During the 7th Manvantara, I will hold it. So, like that. And then he said, how long I should continue to hold it? So Lord Brahma indirectly indicated that you please, while holding the Bhumandala, you meditate upon Lord's pastimes. When the Lord's pastimes come to an end, then you give up your seva. Because Lord's pastimes are unlimited, it will never come to an end. Shesha will continue to hold the Bhumandala at least till the end of the day of Brahma. Like that we can understand. Or end of the Manvantara in either case. So like that, he is holding the entire Bhumandala upon his hoods. It's like that. So any questions about Shesha?
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, you mentioned that the Ananta is the source of Rudra.
Yeah, see,
But
I
he
told
is
na.
the Veshavata Kala.
Can you repeat?
You mentioned that Ananta is the source of Rudra.
Never
And
Rudra.
you also mentioned that Ananta is not this Ananta. He is Kala. he is a Jiva.
Ah,
So
yes.
how to understand, Prabhu, it?
See, if you remember the same 12th chapter of the third canto, what happened? When four Kumaras appeared, Brahma told them, get married and beget children. They said no. Brahma became angry. 11 Rudras appeared from his bhukti. Okay. He told same thing to 11 Rudras. You also create progeny. So they created so many Rudras. So they began to destroy whatever universe has been created till now. They even came to destroy Brahma. So Brahma told 11 Rudras, please stop. Don't do this. Please go and meditate. That is good for you, good for the entire universe. This is not the time of destruction. So currently the 11 Rudras are in meditation. But at the end of the day of Brahma, the same 11 Rudras, they come out of meditation, they reappear from the Brukuti of Lord Sankarsana with angry disposition. Then they destroy the entire universe at the end of the day of Brahma. In that way, since they are again appearing from the Brukuti of Lord Shesha, Shesha is called the source of 11 Rudras. Like that.
So for in this Manantara, it is sure that this Ananta is Jeev Tattva.
Ah, yes.
But it can be in another Manantara, the Vishnu Tattva, the same.
So that's what. See, I don't know whether it is only for Manvantara, it is for the entire day of Brahma. But in either case, we can take it as entire day of Brahma. Every Manvantara, he may not change. He is there for entire day of Brahma. So he will be there till the end of the day of Brahma. So he will be the source of the appearance of 11 Rudras, who will burn the 10 lokas, starting with Patala all the way up to Sargaloka.
Hare Krishna, Babuji. So, you mentioned that in order to remove, stop the enmity between the two brothers, sons of Kadru and Vinatama, Lord Sankarshan went and he was instructed by Brahma to hold the Bhumandala. But how does that?
No. Both are different. First of all, it is not that he wanted to remove the enmity between the Garuda and snakes. It is he did this tapasya that he does not want to have that kind of feelings towards his brother. It is for himself he did.
Okay.
He want to be friendly with everyone. And then he said, I want to serve you little more. Then Brahma requested him to hold the Bhumandala. So like that.
Hare Krishna, Babu.
Hare Krishna.
Canto 5, chapter 18, where the Lord Shiva.
Little louder. Louder.
Chapter 18, where Lord Shiva praises Lord Shankarshan. So is this Anantashesh Shankarshan or that Vishnu Tattva Shankarshan?
That is Vishnu Tattva Sankarshan.
And Prabhu, Chatur Kumar, they heard Bhagavatam from this Anantashesh.
Yes, this Anantashesh Sankarshan only.
Jeev Tattva.
See, Guruji, now don't see him as a Jiva Tattva. Do we see Parashuram as a Jiva Tattva or we see him as the Lord?
Lord.
So, like that. See him as the Lord only. Though he is a Jiva Tattva, but he is a special Jiva Tattva. He is not like ordinary Jiva Tattva like any one of us. So,
What should then say them Jiva Tattva?
it's okay, na? He is also Jiva Tattva, but he is specially empowered by the Lord. Because of the temperament, he is as good as the Lord.
So how they?
So, see, even you people also speak Bhagavatam. So can't he speak Bhagavatam?
Yes, bro.
आप लोग तो बड़ा प्रवक्ता हैं.
In front of here, we are like a child. He also expanded unlimitedly to have the universe on his head. Is that the activity of Jiva?
He can. Jiva also can do that when he is empowered by the Supreme Lord. He is not doing it because of his own virtue. He is doing it as a result of Lord's empowerment.
Like Maharaj tells me about the so the last slide. Last slide. This section is the word. The last slide.
Hey, last slide.
Yeah, bro, the last line is some changes is like he held that goddess upon his head with her belt of seas around.
This is Mahabharata ka verse ka translation hai. However it was, I put it as it is. Same na? In obedience to Brahma's command, the elder brother of the king of the snakes. The king of the snakes is Vasuki. Vasuki's elder brother is Shesha. Entering into a hole, went to the other side of the Bhumandala. So first, initially when he was performing austerities, he was on the upper side of the Bhumandala. And Lord Brahma told him to go below the Bhumandala. So Brahma made a hole, and through that hole he went below the Bhumandala. And then he held the goddess matla Mother Earth, the Bhumandala, upon his head with her belts of seas all around her. Belts of seas matlab all the dvipas and oceans. Circular things are there, na? The translated like that.
This is SES.
Samudra name is this is SEA. Yeah, not seas, not seeing. This is actually oceans with the belts of oceans all around her. Yes. Samudra nemim parigrihya sarvata.
That's what you got it.
Mahimi Mam. This is actually the Bhumandala consisting of 7 dvipas and 7 oceans. Thank you. I will correct it afterwards.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, snakes and nagas, what are the difference?
See, I'll tell you recently I was discussing about it. What is the difference? Some of them are very long and thin. Some of them are not very long but very wide. And some of them have multiple hoods. Some of them run fast. Some of them run slow. They are the different categories of snakes who are created by Brahma. In that same chapter, 3rd canto, 20th chapter, Brahmaji created all the different variety of snakes and nagas and serpents and ahis. The characteristics are like this. Some of them are run faster, run slower, with many hoods, with less hoods, and long, stout, like that. Sarpa are those snakes which run faster. Anyone remember the 3 verses connected to Ambarish Maharaj in the 9th canto 4th chapter? Savai Manakrishna Padara Vindayor Vashamshi Vaikunta Gunanu Varnanam Karau Mandira Marjanadishu. In relation to legs, it is said Padanu Sarpanam. A devotee like Ambarish Maharaj, he would go to temple not on a chariot, not on a rath. He would walk himself. And that walking is not normal walking. That walking is like a serpent. How serpent runs? Anybody saw in GV?
Yes.
Fast, both. So like that, one should walk toward the temple. From hostel, not from ashram, when you hear the conch blowing, how do you run? Dhoti, folding the dhoti and putting the dhoti here and putting the buttons and then run. So like that. One should go to temple like that always.
I'm running
that means Sarpa means fast running. Naga means slow running. So like that. Any other questions?
No problem.
No.
Okay. See, in any case, since these people are doing a special task and they are specially empowered by the Lord, we should actually worship them as good as the Lord. Just like we have Guru Puja, the concept of Guru Puja. Sakshad Haritvena. The Guru is considered non-different from Lord Hari and is given the same respect as that of Lord Hari. Similarly, the Shakti Avesh Avatar is also non-different from Lord Hari. So we have to give the same respect that is due to Lord Vishnu. So like that. So it is he only spoke Bhagavatam. So no problem. So now the last chapter, chapter number 26, which will talk about the hellish planetary systems, the Narakalokas. Okay. Before going there, I'll give you an example. In Mumbai, there will be High Court. Yes. For the
Yes.
state of Maharashtra, there is a High Court. In the High Court, there are so many people are working. We have the judge, we have the lawyers, we have the administrative people, we have the attenders, servants, and so many people. Especially in a town like Bombay and other big towns, all the government employees have government quarters. Yes or no?
Yes.
Anybody visited some government quarters? May not be judges, lawyers, and all. Maybe if you have been to any university, like Mumbai University, here next to our temple, we have JJ Medical College. They also have quarters. If you have visited, the quarters are fully equipped with all the facilities. Every professor will have a special bungalow. Every doctor will have a special bungalow.
Yes.
And they have also have all the government allowances. They have servants who will be coming and doing all the gardening seva, cleaning seva, everything. Everything is provided to them by government. These are all government employees. Here we see in IIT Mandi, we have all the professors. They have so much staff. They are all paid by IIT only. The staff will come every day morning. They keep the house clean. They wash clothes and they dry and they fold. Again clean in the evening and go back. They stay all day, morning 9 to evening 5, doing all the services. So everything is taken care by the institution only, because in one sense they have every facility. And the court is there to see what kind of criminal activities the person does. Based on that, one will be awarded punishment. After punishment is given, where they will be taken? Where they will be taken? Jail. Jail is the place where punishment is given and which is meant for rectification, correction. So we have three places. There is a court here, here jail is there, and here the quarters are there. The quarters for the judge, lawyers, and other employees. Even in the jail, also we have police officers. For them also quarters are there. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So the court is Yamara Darbar. The quarters where the quarters of all these people are there, that is Pitraloka. Where punishment is given, that is Narakaloka. Okay? There are three different sections at one place only. One is court, one is Pitraloka, one is Narakaloka. The king of the Pitrus is Yamaraj. So Yamaraj is son of sun god. He is the king of the Pitrus. And this place is below 7 lower planetary systems. And Yamaraj awards unavoidable punishment for the sin committed by the sinful people. For what purpose? To make the jivas turn toward the Lord. So when a sinful person dies, they will be taken to Yamaraj. Yamaraj gives them punishment, saying that if you do such kind of sins again, you will get same punishment. So don't do sins. Instead of practice bhakti and worship the Lord, you go back to Godhead. That is the whole purpose of giving this punishment by Yamaraj. There is no other purpose. And these lokas are situated 19,000 below the Bharatavarsha. So this verse, we'll see in the next verse, next slide. The hellish planetary systems are situated in the intermediate space between the three worlds and Garbhodaka ocean on the southern side of the universe, beneath the 7 lower planetary systems and slightly above the Garbhodaka ocean. The hellish planetary systems are located below Patala Loka and above Garbhodaka ocean that we saw in many pictures. They are situated 99,000 yojanas below the earth. 330-34. Yojananam sahasrani navatim navachadvana. Navatim means 90. Nava is 9. 99,000 yojanas. After death, the Yamadutas will come and take us to Yamaloka, which is the distance of Navatim Nava Yojana, Sahasrani Yojana, In how much time? Sebir Muhurtair Dwabhyam. In 2, 3 or 2 plus 3, 5 Muhurtas. One will be taken to hell and eventually one will get hellish punishment for the sinful activity that we have done. So it is like that. So the person is brought to the court where Yamaraj is trying to find out what all the pious or sinful activities he has done, and the option is given to him only. Okay, you have done 90% of sinful activities, 10% of pious activities. Which one you want first? Generally, they select whichever is less or whichever is good. So they'll select that I want to go to heaven. So they'll go to heaven. They will enjoy for some time whatever piety they have done. When that is done, they'll come to hell and they go through punishment. And this punishment is given in 3 states. One part of the punishment is given in the hell itself, and the second part of the punishment is given in animal species. For example, if a person has eaten chicken, so 1/3 punishment will be given in the hell. And for 1/3 punishment, he himself will take the birth of a chicken and somebody else will kill him and eat him. And the remaining 1/3 punishment will be given to that person. He takes birth and he will be tortured by somebody else. He takes birth as a human being, but he will be tortured by somebody else for some time. He will get so much physical and mental abuse. That is as a result of the previous sin. So like that. So at 3 levels, one gets the reaction. So what is the science behind this punishment in Narakaloka? So whatever activities we perform all the activities because we are influenced by 3 modes of mental nature. And those activities can be categorized as dharmic activities or adharmic activities. And whatever we perform, every activity of ours will create our own future destiny. If we perform a dharmic activity, it will create our destiny in Swarga. If we perform our adharmic activities, that adharmic activities will create our destiny in Naraka. So, but why are we performing sin? Because of beginningless ignorance, because of avidya, because we forgot that we are an amsha of Lord Vishnu. Jivera Swarupe Krishnera Nityadas. Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanasana. We forgot that. As a result of that, we are performing sinful activities here. So thus, the hellish planetary systems are merely transformation of our desires. We have Icha, desire. In order to fulfill the desire, sometimes we follow bona fide path. But many times we want to go in a shortcut. That shortcut is called sin. So as a result of that, we create our own hell. 3 gunatvat kartuhu shraddhaya karma gataya prutak vida. Based on our shraddha in 3 modes, we perform activities and the result of those activities will come in different ways. Sarva eva sarvasya taratamyena bhavanti. Because our activities are different, our destinies are also different. Because we perform thousands of sinful activities, we create thousands of hellish punishments for ourselves. Thus, there are hundreds and thousands of hellish planetary systems, but among them, 28 are prominent. They are special. So these are the 28 hellish planetary systems which are discussed in the Bhagavatam. Tamishra, Andatamishra, Raurava, Maharaurava, Kumbhipaka, Kalasutra, Asipatravana, Sukaramuka, Andakupa, Krimi Bhojana. So like that. All these things are there. So by doing what kind of sin, one gets what kind of hell. Briefly discussed in the Bhagavatam. This 26th chapter, in 28 verses, they talk about, one verse talks about one sin, one hell, one punishment, and how long that punishment will be given. All such details are there in the chapter. We will not get into all the details, but you can discuss. So there is one Asipatravana. So this is Asipatravana. It is a Bhayanak. There is a forest. That forest will have special plants, and that plant will have special leaves, and every leaf will have lot of thorns in it. And the people were thrown from the top of the tree, and while they are falling down, the thorns in the leaves will pierce them and cut their skin. That is Asipatravana. So like that. Then one is Lala Bhaksha. If somebody drinks a lot of liquor, when they go to hell, their mouth will be wide opened, and they will be that the molten iron liquid will be put into their mouth. Iron is melted into liquid, and that is put into the mouth. So like that. So like that, so many things are there. And then below these hellish planetary systems, down below, we have 8 elephants, Shesha, Kurma holding the entire Bhumandala, and Kurma is floating in the Garbhodaka ocean. Garbhodaka ocean is created by Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu's sweat. When Karnadaksha Vishnu expands the Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and when he enters into the universe, he sees nothing. So he wanted to take rest. Before taking rest, he creates a ocean from his own transcendental body. That ocean fills lower half of the universe. That is called Garbhodaka ocean. And Lord sleeps on Ananta's bed inside the Garbhodaka ocean. Down below the Garbhodaka ocean, Lord is actually reclining on his snake bed. And below Garbhodaksha Vishnu, we have universal shell consisting of 7, 8, 9, 10 layers, whatever layers you may say. So like that. We have Pitraloka, hellish planetary system Lakaloka, and then Sheshanaga, Garbhodaka ocean, and universal side. So this is how all these details are indicated down below. So Bhagavatam only tells that Shesha is holding the Bhumandala. But previously in Bhugola Varnanam, we saw that Kurma is also there, 8 elephants are also there. Are there any references about Kurma and 8 elephants is holding the Bhumandala? I just collected here and there the Vedic reference and the presence of the Lord Kurma below the Bhumandala. So some of you might be singers in your batch. Some of you might have sang Dashavatara Sotra. Anyone can tell me what is the translation of this verse? Anyone remember what is the translation of this verse? And especially from Jagannath Puri and other places, they keep playing this drama, dance drama, that the Odisha dance. They enact this drama along with the Dashavatara Sotra. So what pastime they depict when this shloka comes? For Lord Kurma, which pastime they depict? Huh?
Samudra Manthan.
Okay. Then what is the translation of this verse in that song book? Anybody has song book? No one knows.
I got the translation, Prabhuji.
Pado.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hori, who have assumed the form of a tortoise, all glory to you. The great Mount Mandara rests upon your gigantic back, which acts as a pivot for churning the ocean of milk, and which has thus been marked with a large circular scar-like depression. In this way, your back has become most glorious.
Okay, now tell me. The translation is in front of you and shloka is also in front of you. Where is Mandara mountain in the shloka? Where is milk ocean? Where is churning the milk ocean? Where are the Devata and Asuras? Show me.
But I am seeing Prabhu here Like Prishke Dhorani Dharana. Dhorani means this Bhumandal.
पर
Dharana.
मंदारा मॉडल कहाँ से आ गए?
I have to ask the translator.
Right.
I have another translation from Goriamot. There is another app.
Okay, pardon.
There it is written, the earth rests on your expansive back, hardened by the numerous callous formations resulting from that burden. O Keshava, who assumed the form of a tortoise, all glories to you, O Lord of the universe, O Hari.
Generally, about Lord Kurma, the Samudra Manthan pastime is the famous pastime. Everyone knows that. Whenever we hear the name of Kurma, we remember the Samudra Manthan. But this is another pastime of Lord Kurma. If you remember, both during Swayambhu Manvantara and during Chakshusha Manvantara, Lord Varaha appeared to lift the entire Bhumandala from Garbhodaka Ocean. Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 13 to 19. These pastimes are explained nicely. So when Swayambhu, Manu and Shatarupa appeared, Lord Brahma told them, my dear son, please go and become the king of the human beings and rule over the Bhumandala. There is a place of the Manus, become Manu and rule them. And Swayambhu Manu said, my dear father, I want to do it, but Bhumandala is not to be seen anywhere. Then Brahmaji understood. The Bhumandala fell into Garbhodaka ocean. Swayambhu Manu told, please do something to lift it up. Brahmaji said, my dear son, I can't do myself. I will pray to Lord Vishnu. So Brahmaji prayed to Lord Vishnu. Then Lord Vishnu appeared as a small insect from his nostril and became big. This is happening in Satyaloka. From there, he jumped into Garbhodaka ocean and he found out the Bhumandala and he lifted. When he lifted the Bhumandala, the sages from Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, they all offered wonderful prayers unto Lord Varaha. So in those prayers, at one place, they also requested, my dear Lord, please keep the Bhumandala in such a way that it will not fall again into Garbhodaka ocean. Then Lord Varaha himself expanded as Lord Kurma, and Kurma himself is floating in the Garbhodaka ocean, and they kept the Bhumandala upon Kurma. This happened in the Swayambhu Manvantara. Same way, in the Chakshusha Manvantara, again, when the Bhumandala fell into Garbhodaka ocean, Lord, by the request of the Devatas and the great sages, Lord Varaha appeared and he was lifting the Bhumandala. While he was lifting the Bhumandala, suddenly Hiranyaksha came, saying that just now I defeated Indra. Everything in this universe belongs to me. Who are you to steal away my property? Stand here and fight with me. I'll kill you. Like that, Hiranyaksha was saying. So before he could start the fight, Lord Varaha walked to a distant place and he expanded himself as Kurma. The Kurma was floating in the Garbhodaka ocean. He kept the Bhumandala upon Kurma, keeping the Bhumandala in safe zone. Then he started fighting with Hiranyaksha. He killed Hiranyaksha and the pastime is over. So like that 2 times, it was the Lord Varaha himself expanded as Kurma and then kept the Bhumandala upon his own back. And he continued to hold the Bhumandala till the end of the day. And later on, when Shesha appeared, Brahmaji requested, you also go and help Kurmadev. So now currently Kurma and Shesha combinedly holding the Bhumandala from there on. So this shloka talks about Kurma holding the Bhumandala. If you see, this is the text number 2. The first text talks about Matsya Avatar. In the 8th canto, last chapter talks about Matsya Avatar pastime. Lord Matsya only appeared few days back to King Satyavrata. And he told that 7 days there is going to be a pralaya. I'll send a boat, you come into the boat, I'll save you. So during that pralaya, Lord Matsya again appeared and saved our Satyavrata. That is there. After the pralaya, or during the pralaya, the Bhumandala fell into Garbhodaka ocean. That was submerged in the Garbhodak ocean. After the Pralaya, when all the 10 lokas are completely destroyed, Brahma woke up. Brahma was actually went to power nap that time. Brahma woke up and saw everything everywhere destruction only. Then he went to Daksha, who was performing tapasya from Swayambhu Manantra. He requested Daksha, my dear son, please get up. I'll empower you with all the potency. You fill all these 10 lokas with progeny. And Daksha began to produce children through his mystic potency. Not happening much. He went to India mountain, performed tapasya. He had darshan of Vishnu and requested Vishnu, please tell me how I can do service to my father. Lord Vishnu told, you marry her. What is her name? I also don't know. Maybe her name might be Asikni. You marry Asikni and you beget children. So he married Asikni, he begot 10,000 sons. Send them to Gurukul. Nardamuni send them to forest. Again he begot 1,000. Send them to Gurukul. Nardamuni send them to forest. Then third time Brahma told, don't beget children, boys, beget girls. Nardamuni will not disturb them. So then he begot 60 daughters. Out of 60, 10 were given in marriage to Yamaraj, 27 were given in marriage to Moon, 17 were given in marriage to Kashyapa, and remaining were given to different sages. From these 17 wives, especially Kashyapa, he produced different variety of species. From one wife, aquatics, from one wife, plants, from one wife, birds, from one wife, beasts, mammals, from one wife, this, that, asuras, devatas, that. From Aditi, he begot 12 Adityas. So one of the 12 Adityas was Aryama. And Aryama begot human beings. When the human beings were born, they were supposed to stay in the Bhuloka. Bhuloka is still in the Garbhodak ocean. Then they requested, the Kashyapa and all the great sages devatas requested Lord Vishnu, please do something. Then Lord Vishnu again appeared as Varaha and he lifted the Bhumandala. Then Hiranyaksha was trying to obstruct that and they killed him and he manifested as Kurma. So basically, first Lord Matsya appeared, then Lord Varaha appeared and he was lifting the Bhumandala. But in between, Hiranyaksha came, Lord transformed himself into Kurma and he kept the Bhumandala upon his back. And then Varaha fought with Hiranyaksha and killed Hiranyaksha. So first verse is about Meena, second verse is about Kurma, third verse is about Shukara, and fourth verse is about the further avatars like Vamana and other things. That is the order. This verse talks about Kurma. And Jayadeva Goswami summarizes all the avatars in the 12th verse. Vedan Uddarate, Lord Matsya protected the Vedas. Jagati Vahante, Lord Kurma kept the entire Bhumandala upon his back. Bhugolam Udvibhrate, Lord Varaha lifted the Bhumandala. So like that. And even Laghu Bhagavatam says same thing. Padme Proktam, Padma Purana says that Dade Kshauni Mayam Evardita Suraha. By the request of the Devatas and the great sages, the Lord kept Bhumandala upon his back. Shasrantaretu, other Puranas say that Bhudari Kalpado Prakato Abhavat. By the request of the sages, at the beginning of the current Kalpa during the Swayambhu Manvantara, Lord Kurma started keeping the Bhumandala upon his back. So like that. These are some of the references about Kurma. Same thing we can see in 5:18:30. Om Namo Bhagavate Apurupaya Namo Avasthanaya Namaste. Avasthanaya means he keeps the Bhumandala on his back. Then, these are the verses I was saying. You can read for yourself. 3:13:42. The sages were praying that, my dear Lord, please keep the Bhumandala in a stationary place, which is meant for our residence. So like that. In order to provide a place for the beings to live, fix the earth. In the earth you have deposited your Shakti. Requested by the sages of Jena, Tapa, Satya Lokas, Lord Varaha as Lord Kurma placed the Bhumandala on his back. After being thus praised by the sages with Vedic words, the boar, Lord Varaha, the protector of all, placed the earth, the Bhumandala, and the water of Garbhodaka ocean, which had been attacked by his ooze. Upadatta Avanim Salile. Bhagavatam says that he kept the Bhumandala upon the water, on the surface of the water. But can the Bhumandala can stay on the surface of the water? But above the water, beneath the Bhumandala is Lord Kurma. It is not directly told, but we have to understand that. Being praised by the sages, Lord Varaha placed the Bhumandala upon himself, who was floating on the waters of Garbhodaka. Thus the Lord supported the Bhumandala by his own Shakti. This is how we have to understand. And then Vedic references on the presence of the 8 elephants. These 8 elephants were produced during Samudra Manthan episode along with their wives. Then Bhagavatam 10th canto says that all of you remember Banasura. Banasura is the son of Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj had 100 sons. The eldest above the 100 is Banasura. So Banasura possessed 1000 arms. He is so powerful because he is coming in the lineage of Hiranyakashipu. So he was going everywhere in the entire universe trying to find out an opponent with whom I can fight. So powerful na power rahega to khali betega nahi. So he even went down below the Bhumandala where the 8 elephants were carrying the Bhumandala. He requested them, I want to fight with you. The 8 elephants who were holding the entire Bhumandala, looking at Banasura, they said, no, we can't fight. We are going. They ran away. So here we can understand that these 8 elephants who were there below the Bhumandala, carrying the entire Bhumandala on their back. So like that. Here is one reference we can understand about the 8 elephants. And then one more pastime we discussed in our previous classes. The 60,000 sons of Sagara Maharaja meets while digging the Bhumandala. So in searching their last hour, they were digging the Bhumandala. They went down by 60,000 yojanas, then they went in all directions. When they came out of the Bhumandala, they saw the elephants. They requested the elephants, did you see a person stealing away white horse? And they said something and they went back, and from there they went in the Ishana direction. That is where they went to Patala Loka. They saw the horse in the ashram of Lord Kapila. So that all happened because of these 8 elephants. So like that. So these are a couple of places where we can get an hint of 8 elephants. So in this way, Kurma is there, Shesha is there, 8 elephants are also there holding the entire Bhumandala. All 3 of them together doing that service. So this is how all those things that are there in our universe, in a way, we have kind of briefly touched upon, briefly discussed about all of them, all different locales, locations, people, facilities, etc. So this is the Bhumandala. These are the 7 lower planetary systems. These are 20 release planetary systems. The white one is Pitraloka. This is Shesha. This is Garbhodaka ocean, Lokaloka mountain, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. This is Dhruloka. So like that. This is another picture. In your Bhagavad Subodhini 5th canto, you have all these pictures. So this is the discussion about our universe. So ultimately, in conclusion, Sukadeva Goswami says that the impious living entities, because of their impiety, they go to hellish planetary systems. The pious people, because of their piety, they go to Swarga. But both of them, after their impiety or piety are over, they come to Bharata Varsha by the remaining results of Dharma and Adharma. Naraka Yamalaye Santi Adharma Vartino Ekechit. Some people, by performing Adharma, they go to Naraka. Tataiva Dharmanu Vartina Itaratra. Others who follow Dharma, they go to Sargalokas. Ihatu Punar Bhave, but both of them ultimately will come to Bharata Varsha. Ubaya Sheshabhyam Nivasanti. With the remaining Vapa or Punya, one will come here. Because Bharata Varsha is the place where one can again execute newer Dharma, newer Adharma to go high to different places in the entire universe. And specifically, Bharata Varsha is meant for attaining liberation, going back home back to God. This is the best place to go back home back to Godhead. This is our Jambudipa. This is our Bharatavarsha. Within Bharatavarsha, we have Bharatakanda. Within Bharatakanda, we have Bharatabhumi. So these are the places which are favorable for practicing bhakti and go back home back to Godhead. Somehow or other, we have already attained human life. We have already came in the association of devotees, so we should take it seriously. The process of bhakti to go back home back to Godhead. Bharatavarsha or Bhadrakanda is special in awarding one liberation and the fruits of one's endeavor. You see, these are various instances. When Bhrugumuni came to Vaikuntha, kicked on the chest of Lord Vishnu, Mother Lakshmi thought that I am also party to this offense. He is coming and kicking my Lord. I did not do anything to stop him. So I performed a big offense. She came down to Kolhapur to atone for offense. When Brahma wanted to have darshan of Lord Vishnu, he was told that if you have to perform 1000 Ashwamedha yajnas, you can have darshan. But if he has to do 1000 yajnas in Satyaloka, it will take a lot of time. But he was told that if you go to Bharatavarsha or Bharatakanda, perform one yajna there, that is equal to 1000 yajnas. So he came to Kanchipuram and performed one yajna, which is equal to 1000 yajnas, and he had darshan of Lord Varadaraj. And Garuda did tapasya in Ahobilam. Then he had darshan of Lord Narasimha. And Daksha did his yajna in the upper Himalayas for the well-being of all the residents in Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Svargaloka. Bhagirath Maharaj did tapasya in the upper Himalayas so that he could get Ganga down. Maharaj Katvanga, even though he was fighting for Devatas, when Kartikeya came to take the position of the commander-in-chief, Devatas requested Katvanga, my dear sir, please stop. You let us know what do you want. Thank you for helping us in all these years. He said, how much time I left in my lifespan? They said, only one muhurta. Then told, please transport me to my place. They said, no one is there. Why you want to go there? He said, no problem. You transport me. He came down to Bharatavarsha. He went to his own temple. He sat in front of his Ishtadev. By meditating upon the Lord for one muhurta, he went back to Godhead. You could have done that in Sarga, but Sarga you cannot do it. Sarga, there is no guarantee about that. But here there is a guarantee. Naranara and Rishis are performing tapasya in the greater Himalayas from the beginning of the day of Brahma. Whenever Devatas and Asuras are cursed by some sages, they actually come to Bharatavarsha and they will get atonement. They will get rectified of that curse very quickly because here they can be rectified very quickly. Even we also, whenever we go to any holy place, any yatra, the speaker for the first time, the speaker will say that this is a holy place, this is a special place, this is the most important holy place. Whatever you do in Mumbai and whatever you do here, both are different. If you do one time here, that is equal to 1,000 times doing the same thing in Mumbai. So that we take seriously. So like that, whatever is being done in Bharatavarsha is 1000 times more potent than that of any other place in the entire universe. That's why we are in a special place. We should take it very seriously and come back to Godhead. That is the specialty of Bharatavarsha. And finally, whatever has been discussed till now in all these chapters is nothing but the amazing gross body of the Lord, consisting of the Bhumandala, 7 Dvipas, Varshas, rivers, mountains, sky, oceans, Bilasvargas, directions, hellish planetary systems, and Bhurloka, Svargaloka with all the luminaries is the shelter of all the variety of living entities. So this is one of the verses. And then Falashruti. If one reads the descriptions of Lord's external form with great faith, if one hears about it or explains it to others, one develops faith, bhakti, pure intelligence, and then understand the topics of the Supreme Lord, the pastimes of the Lila Avtaras, which is like an Upanishad, which is difficult to understand. The essence is, if we understand the third canto and fifth canto pastimes, the Srishti Lila and the maintenance Lila, the universe details and all, if we understand this, our heart becomes purified, our faith upon the Lord becomes strengthened. Then, when we read the Leela Avtara pastimes, we understand the Leela Avtara pastimes very crystal clearly. Otherwise, Leela Avtara pastime seems to be very simple, a small story only. But every small activity that is performed by the Lord has 1,000 imports behind it. Janmashtami time we hear that Lord Krishna closed his eyes when Putana came to milk him, give her milk to him. So different acharyas explained why Lord Krishna closed his eyes. Tens and twenties of explanations are there. Like that, for every activity of the Lord, there are tens of twenties of explanations are there. We want to understand them clearly. We should hear and study and understand this section of Bhagavatam first. Before that, अनुवर्तिनीम आदृता पठति शृणोति श्रावयति सा उपगेयं भगवता परमात्मनो अग्राह्यम अपि श्रद्धा भक्ति विशुद्ध बुद्धिर्वेदः. Even it is agrahyam, the past tense of the Levatar is very difficult to understand. That becomes grahyam if we study and understand this part of the Bhagavatam, fifth canto. So this is the full translation there. You can read in the book only. So then finally Sukadeva Goswami says that whatever we hear, that is where our mind goes, and mind will be hooked onto that particular topic which we hear. If we hear more about the grass form of the Lord, we are attracted to grass form of the Lord. If we hear more about the subtle form of the Lord, we become attracted to subtle form of the Lord. If we hear more about the transcendental form of the Lord, we become attracted to that. So somehow or other, enakena prakarena mana Krishna niveshes. Somehow or other, we need to keep our mind attracted to Supreme Lord. That is only possible when we hear more and more about the Supreme Lord. So this is the ultimate conclusion of this section. So with these few words, we completed chapter 26 of Canto 5. Correction. Any questions?
Yes, Guru. Prabhuji, you mentioned that so Kurma, Lord Kurma was carrying the ark from
Bhumandala.
Bhumandala from Swayambhu Manantara. Then how it followed again as he was carrying in Chakshusha Manantara?
In Chakshusha Manvantara, it was Lord's desire to perform some pastimes. For all those further pastimes, the reference is the Bhumandala falling into Garbhadaka ocean. It was the Lord's desire. So Lord himself told Kurma to give away. So Kurma left from there. So Bhumandala fell in.
And there was also Jivas, Bhumandala, in
Bhumandala. They were all dead, na? That's what Lord Matsya told Satyavrata. In 7 days there is going to be a big pralaya, there is going to be a big rain. Everyone will die. So I want to protect you. You enter into the boat which I send. Only few could be saved from the boat. Remaining all died. All means every resident from Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahadala, Satala, 10 lokas are completely wiped out during that pralaya.
And probably you mentioned that like 12 Adityas, na? And one Adityas, from one Adityas the human being.
Aryama's children were made human beings by Brahma.
So after that, the Bhumandala again
when the people were born, the human beings were born, they need to have a place to stay. That time only they pray to Lord Vishnu. Then Lord Vishnu again appeared as Nilavaraha, he lifted the Bhumandala.
So in Bhumandala means there were also the 7 lower abodes.
See, when Bhumandala falls into Garbhadaka ocean, 7 lower planets also, na? The Bhumandala itself will have everything is like one entity. So whole thing fall into Garbhadaka ocean.
See, in that time, where were the Daityas and other species?
Swargaloka.
Even the Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, they were in Swargaloka with Devatas?
Whose children are they? Kiska beta hai?
Kashyapa.
Where Kashyapa stays?
You know.
Kashyapa is currently one of the Sapta Rishis. He stays in one of those 7 stars. Okay? That is where they were born.
But why? when the earth was again saved, then they started to reside in lower planets. Yes.
Afterward, they made their residence in Rasatala Loka. Asuras, afterward they made. Because Asuras were born there initially. So after this pastime of Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu and all, the Devatas, they did not allow any Asuras to stay in the heaven. So they all ran and they hidden themselves inside the 7 lower planetary systems. All till the time Lord Narasimha killed Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, the Asuras were staying in Swarga only. The Devatas were running here and there that time, before that. They were all house arrested, Devatas are all. Asuras were only living in the Swarga. But after this Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu were killed by Lord Varaha and Lord Narasimha, then the Devatas became powerful. They chased them, they chased the Asuras to the lower planetary systems. So like that.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you, Prabhu. Some other people may ask question. So I want to tell Prabhu, I am so grateful to you and thank you so much. And your all of your 4 presentation was so wonderful. So may I will be able again to hear from you. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare, thank you.
Question.
Question. Yes, no, not question.
Question?
No, any question?
Any question?
No question. Question by question.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Das. So, sorry, Prabhuji, because last 3 classes I was not there, but last year when we were speaking in Vedic in Pune, so I was able to hear all these classes, and this is the second time because I'm relishing it. Thank you so much for taking so much valuable time from your studies. And His Grace Pavaneshwar Prabhu is again is from the line of His Grace Gaurav Nidarshan Prabhu. They are all from Gaurav Prabhu. They are all from Mumbai IIMs, and but I do remember Prabhuji in the initially he took the services in Chowpatty is in maintenance.
Even now also, not initially. Now also I am doing the same thing.
Hare Krishna, sorry. So Prabhuji still is continuing, but at the same time, when he has given the services, he's taking up the maintenance services means I think we might not know what kind of maintenance services. But on the request, Gaurav Prabhu and other seniors like Prabhuji's, when they requested, please study more about this Kabula Shastra, Bhugula Shastra, and do some PhD. Again, he's taking the service as that. So when we are studying so much, like Vidya Vinay Sampanne, Brahmane Gari Hastini, Suni Chaiva Supakari, Pandita Samadarshana, he is such a great scholar. Pandita, he is doing both services as a service. Either it is maintenance service or just studying the scriptures and very eloquently, very elaborately, and what is our social studies in our schools, what we studied, and what the Vedic scriptures are describing about how to understanding this eclipse, especially today Prabhu is describing about, we have to add these 2 black spots. Rahu and Ketu also in between, when that aligning, then it happens. So like the Prabhuji is doing and taking a service, and again taking his valuable time in his studies of this PhD. So he took valuable time and he has given us, sharing his wide wisdom to all of us with ground to the earth. So we are extremely grateful to you, Prabhuji, from our core of hearts, whether we are understanding or not understanding, going very bouncers or riding or whatever, but our devotion to Radha Vrindavan may go ahead like you, taking Sharanagati. So we please pray and we take any forgiveness, any mistakes and anything in our intent to accepting your teachings. So we'll give a Hare Krishna Mahamantra by expressing our deep gratitude. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. His Pavaneshwar Prabhu ki jai. Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
बस बहुत हो गया glorification. You see these photos. 2 days back in Mayapur, in the TOP temple, a small scale model of the chandelier, which is supposed to come in the future, it has been assembled. So there is a devotee, one of our god brother only. He is stationed in Pune. He is also Maharaj's disciple. He is working working for Cushman Wakefield company, the big person. They are into architecture. So they were given the responsibility of doing all the interiors within TOB. And they have taken up this task of making.
You visited Prabhu last time?
Huh?
You visited TOB tour?
No. Well, listen. So now this is getting up. Now they are assembling. The last 2 days they were assembling. Now it is up. Yesterday they showed this model to His Holiness Jayapatha Swami Maharaj, and they are going to show to all other GBC members also, because now GBC meetings are going to start. They are all there. It is still assembly going on, not completely done. So whatever is being done, they are sending me the photos. These are some of the photos. So these are like a different gate system they are being used. They are using with their gate system to revolve the planets all around. These are like the planets suspended in between. So these are the gear system they are being used, that circular motion system. So there is a circular rail. On the rail, the in this side one hook is there, this side one hook is there, and between that there is a thread goes, and this thread holds the planet. So when these two are moving like this, the planet keeps moving in that respective position wherever it is. So like that it is made. So these are all control systems to make the motion intact. So it is like this. So this is the chain. This chain will carry this one, and the next picture is it. Yeah, this is the fixture. So here you see this is the thread. The thread coming like this and going, and this thread will hold the planet in between. So when you see from far, these threads are not visible. Only the planet is visible because they are so small. They are not so much visible. So this is the altar. So adjacent to altar only they kind of assembling now for the time being, because they are now this next 1 month we have so many visitors coming to Mayapur, because now GBC meetings and governmental parikrama and Gaur Purnima, all these things are there. It will be shown to all the people. So this is how currently is getting happening. So like this is the Bhumandala. These are all different mesh structure of the Bhumandala. If you see from the top, it appears to be like this. Yeah. See, this is the Bhumandala. And this is Kala Chakra. And these are all the planets suspended. And they are all held by all these small ropes. So this is getting done now. It is getting constructed there. So hopefully all the GBC members should like it. So this is our small service for TOP from our side, whatever little we could do. Correction. Okay, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. We should have done it in person that time there only, but somehow or other we could not do there. So thank you. Please study yourself. If you have some questions, you can ask me. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
So, you are done with 5th canto. Only one more canto is left. Once your 6th canto is over, of course, you people will study till 12th canto, na? I was thinking about Bhakti Vibhav. Bhakti Vibhav 6th canto मतलब over. तो आप लोग तो पूरा भागवत में. तो बाकी जल्दी जाएगा हो जाएगा. The first canto will take a good amount of time. Remaining all will go fast pace. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you.
जय पावनेश्वर
श्रीमद् भागवत की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय.
Does the end of my